Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. We got a great broadcast lineup for you this morning, and I want you all to do me a favor this morning. I'm asking for favors early this Monday morning. I want you all to share the broadcast, and share the broadcast with everybody that you come in contact with. Make sure they join into this conversation because we're going to talk about something today that's going to scratch up a little dandruff on your head. Gonna scratch a little dandruff on your head. We're going to talk about it this morning, and I hope everybody had a great weekend. But let me do this. Let me start off by saying good morning. Let's go. Good morning first and foremost to Mr. Frank Logan. Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Man, I am great, man. With the guys and the ladies that are on here, man, it's a great morning. Ready to go.
Good deal, good deal. And we have Mr. Curtis, my thespian brother, Mr. Curtis McNeil. Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning? Kurt, wake up and go to sleep. Kurt on the road over on us. Kurt, you there?
I'm right here, bro. I'm right here. I had to hit the mute on my phone, man, because I don't want that distortion from outside the window. Man, good morning, man. I hope they heard you right because some folks hear it ain't that good. Oh man.
But I want to ask y'all.
But I'm good, brother. I'm good.
Good deal. Good. I want to ask y'all a question, man. And I get a lot of I know it lasts about 10, 12 hours or whatever or longer. I've been getting a lot of calls. People asking me about this question. And I want to ask y'all, man. I want to ask y'all this question. This is not our topic, but I want to ask y'all this question. Why in the world, Kurt, I'm going to start off with you. Why in the world did them Atlanta Falcons always figure out a way to lose a game? Did you see it?
No. I cry for that football team. I'm gonna keep it. I cry for that football team. There has not been a football team, in my recollection, in history, that has had that much talent, that much ability, with that level of lack of discipline. I have not seen that level of lack of discipline in football in my 48 years of living. So I cry every time.
On any level, not just the professional, on any level. That's crazy.
Only thing I can say, Raheem, and I sometimes I process things from, like Biggie Smalls said, party and I can't say the rest, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just going to tell you, this is my own personal belief. If you are a player who is a superstar and really good at what you do, places like Atlanta, New York, Dallas, places where there's a constant push to party and the rest.
Yeah.
Is not somewhere where you want to go. Because if you look at that team, man, it just looked like they more worried about the after party after the game than they are about the game itself. It just looked like they just undisciplined. So I stopped watching Atlanta regularly about probably after the Super Bowl. I stopped watching them because I was like, you know what? This is the same old Atlanta. It's not that disciplined Atlanta when they went to the Super Bowl. That it's not that they got the same kind of talent. But even now, their talent now, oh my goodness. And people talking trash about Schwab. I don't mean no harm, brother. But when I look at him, when I do, it really ain't him. Because he putting the points up on the board. So who is it? Like, what is going on? I just think they just I think they in a place where it's just too much partying going on, man.
Hey, let me go. We got a few more people that's coming in. Kurt, hold on for one second. Frank, I'm coming to you for a minute, but I know this brother here love these Atlanta Falcons. So let me go ahead and ask him this question. Leonard, good morning. So how you doing this morning?
Good morning, Raheem. How are you?
Hey, doing good.
Hey, Christy.
I want to ask you a question. Why do these Atlanta Falcons always figure out a way? They figure out a way, man. And when it's handed to them on a platter, everything is set right there for the victory. How can they always figure out a way to lose a game?
I don't think they can help it. I don't think they're going to help it. They all need to go somewhere and just get clean.
Did you see how they just gave? They just stand around. How do you
can't
do that?
explain it. You can't explain it.
These NFL players, man. Y'all don't know. You don't ball. Get the ball.
Falcons, I'm not a Falcons fan,
Mm-hmm.
first of all. But watching the Falcons lose has become like just horrible. Because as my man Kurt was saying, what happened? I have my theories from being here. First of all, Atlanta has a very hard time managing talent.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, it doesn't seem as if people are happy here.
Mm.
That's the only explanation. Somebody don't want to be where they at. And they have no, what do you call it? Morale?
Yeah.
I think something else is going on. For them not to work together. You could say the defensive coordinator, get rid of him, or what is their rally? What do they rally around? What are their weaknesses? Mm-hmm. We all know the same weakness they've had for years is red zone. They have very, very hard time performing when they just that close, even in regular play.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to remember, them folks led the game, the entire game,
the whole game,
and lost it at the last minute. For the very simple fact, either you say the defense got tired, or they're just not motivated. They're just not motivated.
But something so simple, Leonard, and I'm gonna go to Christian, I'm gonna go to Frank. Something so simple is to fall on the ball. Just fall. The ball is fall on the ball. The ball don't have to go 10 yards for you to fall on the ball.
They're thinking about something else on their mind, bro. They can't get it right.
The ball don't have to go. The ball got to go 10 yards for the kicking team to be able to recover the ball and take ownership of it. But the ball don't have to go 10 yards for you to fall on it. So with the ball, get in your area, fall on the ball, secure the ball, win the game.
Go Baltimore.
And them boys are beasts, man. Them boys beasts.
They won't have no problems with the Falcons.
So
that craziness gonna stop when they got to play the Saints. But the Falcons pose no threat. Not even at home.
So the Falcons, a Falcon can't do nothing against a Raven. And
they ain't got no heart.
No, man.
They ain't got no heart.
No.
The Ravens want to win every game. No,
yeah, exactly. Christian, did you see that game? Did you see how them dirty birds, they call them dirty birds, figured out a way to lose that game?
Actually, I didn't get to watch the game. I was at a swim party, so I was enjoying the weather in the pool.
She worried about tonight.
But from listening to you guys, I'm not right. I will be watching tonight because them boys, them Saints, gonna come through. They're gonna go marching in. We gonna march out with that victory. Now we can talk about them Saints all day now. No, them other games are just, just to watch, just to see what we're going to go up against. So I chose the pool party instead of watching them lose again.
Now watch this. Frank, go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry, go ahead.
His Lions got eaten.
I will say this on any team. I'm going to say this on any team. I'm like Mr. Leonard, you have to find out the source of the problem in order to fix it. And whenever it's a problem with coming together, which we have right now in our society, but we were not coming together as one to do a common goal that's such as win a football game, then there's something at the root. And my grandma used to always tell me, you have to go down to that root and clean that root, because if you don't get that root right, then everything in the tree gonna be messed up. The whole tree can tumble. Just like when the winds came, when Laura came and uprooted that tree, them roots were still there and still look good. So it wasn't a root problem, it was another problem. But you got to find out what the issue is, reason why your stuff is not coming together. So I mean, they have to figure it out. And I mean, I don't care if they figure it out or not. Our Saints still gonna roll over them just like Laura rolled over Louisiana, and we taking names and taking changes. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's what it's all about. We gonna do that thing. So I don't care if they get it all together or not. We gonna. I'm sorry, Raheem. And then when we play them Steelers, we gonna run over them too. I'm just letting you know, it's no team that's gonna handle us this year, because we got it on our mind, because y'all stole it from us last year, but y'all ain't gonna steal it from us this year.
We're not gonna bring y'all no tissue. We're gonna beat y'all so bad. We're gonna bring y'all a whole blanket or a towel to dry them tears. Because you're gonna take that.
I'm so glad. You know what?
I'm gonna bring y'all a towel. I'm gonna bring y'all a towel to dry y'all tears.
You know what, Raheem? It's so nice for you to hold your patronism so hard for the Steelers, but we know the truth. And when the Saints come marching in, I just want you to salute.
Right now, we right now I wasn't gonna talk about my Steelers today because we doing what we do. We winning. We 2-0 right now. I'm not gonna talk about this, but if you want to bring these Steelers into the conversation, I certainly could do that, because what we gonna do is what we do. It's just so happened that y'all gonna be on the side where y'all got to take. Y'all gotta be the recipients of what we're gonna do to y'all. Somebody gotta take this whooping. And y'all, yes,
Raheem, it's okay to be a fan. It's okay to be a fan. It's okay to be a diehard fan.
Yeah.
When you're a diehard fan, you got to look at the game as a coach as well, right here.
Okay.
And let me tell you something that I've seen in the Steelers. Let me tell you where I've seen the kink in the armor this weekend.
Okay.
Y'all secondary is shot because y'all almost got beat by a backup.
Listen. We look, like I said before. Like I said, no. Like I said before, Kurt, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you now. We play. I don't care whether it's backup. Last year, we didn't even have a quarterback last year, man, and we still did very well. So y'all don't talk to me about this year us playing against somebody's backup. Our starting quarterback, our starting running back, our majority of our team.
Did you get to the playoffs last year?
Yeah, we did.
Did y'all get to the playoffs last year?
We did. We made it.
Y'all got bumped first round, right?
It doesn't matter. But listen, Kurt, you're not listening to what I'm saying to you. My thing is, we had everything. Everything on our team last year was either second or third string, and we still made it to the playoff. We made it to the wild card game with that. So I don't want to hear nobody talking about it's a second. I don't want to hear about that, because we played the whole season. We didn't have a starting quarterback, didn't have a starting running back, didn't have a start. Most of our defense was.
But you see that motivation right here. You see that motivation that you got on your Steelers. Exactly. You see how you just like talking. You see how you talking from the heart. And the facts don't matter. No matter what nobody says. That's what them Falcons need. They need some fans like you. You know what I'm saying? They need a coaching system. They need some players.
They need to go down there and get the high school. Falcons need to go down and get the best high school team in Georgia and let them play the games for them, because they're not gonna beat nobody. Let me go to Frank. What? And Frank, we're not gonna talk about the Detroit Lions. Are they still Lions, man, or are they Alley Cats now?
Cubs. They Cubs.
Are the Detroit Cubs? They what they are.
Stop, man. Man, stop, man. Y'all stop.
Look, Frank.
Listen. Hold on. What Christy said is absolutely right. You got to go to the core of the thing, and especially me being here in Detroit. And let me tell you this, man. I'm riding. That's the team. I was a Lions fan before Saturday. Before Sunday, I'm a Lions fan now. Still am. But ownership is pathetic. And you know, it takes a lot to lead men, especially men that are athletes at the level of an NFL player. It takes a lot to lead them. And I think what happens with teams like Atlanta, Detroit, and a lot of other teams, they begin to try to build teams around their personality. And I'm going to say this. At any given time, I have 50 grown behind men in this warehouse with me. A lot of them, personally, I don't necessarily care for. But I got to have a certain type of guy to send to the east side of Detroit. I can't send nobody that I get along with and it's just nice. Good morning, Miss Logan. No, I got to send the dog over there. And every once in a while, he's going to rub me the wrong way, but he's what I need. And I think some of these owners and coaches, they get caught up in, y'all going to do what I say. Now, you're going to have some people that ain't going to do what you say. But is he going to do what you need him to do when he get on that field? There's no way we should let players like Adama get out of here. Nick Fairley get out of here. Getting rid of the best, one of the best cornerbacks in the league. You pay them. Because when we had guys coming here, they were afraid. But you got rid of all of that. So guess what happens when that happens? You're going to lose. So what we need to get, you talk about culture, that's why winning teams win forever because they have some problem players.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this ain't the Boy Scouts. So if you want to be the Boy Scouts, you're going to be the butt of everybody's joke. And so we're going to talk football.
You know,
I'm going to keep it real.
It's funny Frank say that because it lines right up with what your topic is today, Raheem.
Uh-huh.
As a leader, sometimes you have to recognize what you have and then build around what you have.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something that I will never in my life forget. If I live to be 150 years old, Detroit was supposed to build a whole entire team around the mindset of that quarterback. I remember it like it was yesterday. I don't remember the team they was playing, but I remember him getting hit and dislocating his collarbone.
Yes, sir.
And they was going to pull him out the game.
Yes, sir.
And he looked at the coach and said, no. He said, pull it out. He said, pull it out. They grabbed his arm, man. Now, this is throwing arm. They grabbed his arm, yanked his arm. That mug say, ooh, put me back in, coach. He went right back in and threw a touchdown.
Threw a touchdown and hollered when he threw it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that mindset says, okay, we got us a quarterback. Now let's build us an offense and a defense around the mindset. That coach can always say, hey, man, you ain't hurt. Matthew came in here, he broke his collarbone, popped it back in and threw a touchdown. That's what I'm talking about. That's a winner. It's a mindset.
I'm going to tell you something.
New Orleans did the same thing. If you notice, in order for the league to get rid of New Orleans, what did they have to do? They had to crush the mindset. What did they do? They suspended the coach, and they suspended certain key players so that New Orleans would not repeat and go back to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a mindset, bro. I'm telling y'all, it's a mind.
Kurt, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this here, Kurt.
Ravens,
Let me tell you this.
same way.
Let me tell you this here, man. Detroit and I'm going way on back a little bit, but the Detroit Lions disrespected me, and turned me off to them. Honestly speaking, way on back when they would not honor Barry Sanders, man. Barry was a beast, man. Barry was a beast, bro. Barry was, and you ain't gonna find no run in the league like Barry, man. Yeah.
You are so on point with that. And you know why Barry left quietly? Because they were getting rid of players that he needed to win.
Yeah.
They were sending players away. His offensive linemen, every time you look up, they send one of them to another team. They send another one to another team. And Barry's like, I'm not gonna kill myself or let y'all kill me.
Yeah.
And y'all keep getting rid of the players that we need to win.
Exactly. Barry Sanders was a beast, man, and you could have taken him and put him on almost any other team, and they would have had no choice but to win.
Calvin Johnson,
yes,
same
sir.
thing.
Yes, sir.
Won't say anything nice about the Lions because of the way they. How do you ask Calvin Johnson for money back? How do you do that? That's ownership.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I believe they have what I call the Ewing curse. It actually started with Babe Ruth, but I believe they got the Ewing curse. because I still remember. It's a reason why the New York Knicks can't never go nowhere. And I still stand on it. I stand on it to the day I die. There's no way in the world Patrick Ewing was supposed to show up to a game and walk in and open up his locker and it's a pink slip laying in his locker. There's no way in the world that you're supposed to do that. What they did to Barry Sanders was a travesty. What they did to Calvin Johnson was a travesty. And that's what I meant by having the game of football, any collegiate sport, even down to golf. Your greatest golfers, if you really talk to them and they be honest with you, peep out who their caddy is. Because that caddy is telling them, hey, look now, you don't you touch that semi now. No, you're going to have to get that with a 3. Or you're going to have to hit that with a 9. Your greatest collegiate sports, period, or your greatest sports, period. The team is not just the guys that's taking the field. The team is the guys that's in the booth up there, the guys that's in the management office, the ownership, the players, even down to the equipment dudes. One of my best friends is an equipment manager, right? This guy, he knew who, like, for example, something as small as, you know, the little art supports you can buy? When we were in college, he would go and spend his own bread to buy art support for certain players because he knew that if I put that player in that shoe and it don't have no art support, he's not going to be able, his footwork is going to be off. His feet going to be hurting by the second quarter. So he would go the extra mile, and certain players, he would put art support in their shoes because he knew, okay, I can get Max Pro. We can get Max Pro out of this guy. Teams like Detroit, teams like Washington, teams like Atlanta, teams like Miami, teams like Dallas, there is a problem, and it's not, I'm going to keep it real with you, it's not at the player's level. This you can clearly see that this is above the player. And sometimes as leaders, when you work in a head office, you have to acknowledge, look, it's something I'm doing wrong. I can't keep blaming this on the players, bro. That's just my opinion.
Good deal. Let me do this. Let me jump over. We're gonna jump over right now and go to our topic for a second because I want to touch on this topic before I know a couple of y'all gotta take off this morning. And I want to see what your heart is. Christy, we come to you first. Christy, we asking the question. Should you discuss, have a conversation with your spouse before you change any part of your look, the way you look, maybe your hair, you want to, you got, long wave your hair, whatever, you want to cut it off. Should he go to work that morning, you look in one way, and then he come home and you've altered your whole look? Should you discuss that with him before you do it?
I think important decisions should be discussed. Like if you're trying to get like a breast augmentation, or you trying to go for a lap band surgery, you trying to add some more booty, take some off, like those cosmetic surgeries, I do think you need to discuss with your husband because of the health issues that it may cause, different things you're on the knife. But just to change your hair or your makeup or your nails or stuff like that, I don't think that needs to be discussed because that's something to make you feel it's a person, your hair. And I think I said this before, a woman's hair and the way she dressed, her hair and her makeup, it's just a way of her expressing her beauty and how she see herself. And I don't think the man need to do is just compliment it. Now, if it's something outrageous where she's changing her hair color from, the colors like purple, pink, orange, and all that stuff, as long as it's weave and can come out, I mean, I don't see a reason why you have to discuss it with your husband. He just needs to say, baby, you look cute. Or, you know what, I think that's a little strong color, but hey, you still rocking it though. Make sure there's positive things in that because you never know what she's going through on the inside that's causing her to want to change. Like I say, just like I said about the team, you have to get to the root. Why are you all of a sudden want to change? What's going on the inside? It could be a lot of stress. It could be the fact she doesn't have a long time. It could be a fact that she's not feeling as beautiful as she did when she first met you. It could be a lot of things that cause women. And it could be just, you know what, I'm tired of looking the same way and I want to change. I change my look all the time. I wear glasses, then you might see me with some green eyes. You see me with some short curly hair, you might see me with some braids. You might see me with a long blonde wig. You never know. Because that's just, sometimes I wear makeup and sometimes I don't, even on Morning Glow. So I just feel like it shouldn't have to be discussed unless it's a major, major, major surgery or a change that's going to affect the household. But hair, eyes, lashes, nails, girl, do you go get your spa day? Look beautiful for that man.
So hold on now. So you saying to me now he wake up in the morning, get up, get ready for work, and both y'all getting ready for work, and he kiss you and walk out the door, and he kiss you with your long, beautiful hair, and and he love your hair, and that's just a part of you that he love. He love you, and he go to work. He come home from work and walk in the door, and now you got a cut almost closer than mine, and all your hair gone. And he'd be like Alexander O'Neal, your hair was long, but now it's short. You say I got it cut, but I don't see no hair on the floor. What's really going on?
Oh boy.
You know what?
Yeah.
But you gotta embrace it. A woman who cut out, he need to figure out what's going on, why she cut it all off. Like what, but it should have been a discussion before she got to the point. Cause I'm gonna tell you something about a woman. A woman throw hints, and a woman would tell you before she do something without telling you that she doing it. She'll say, "Hey, babe, what you think about this haircut right here?"
See the thing about it. See, and me. I can speak for me. I ain't gonna try to speak for everybody on here. I'm gonna speak for me. I failed the mind reading class. I'm not real good at reading.
I'm not saying mind reading, but like for instance, hey babe, how you like this haircut on her? And you like, oh baby, that look fine. Okay, she gone, and then she go do it.
On her. Yeah, it look good on her. Yeah, it's a real good cut for her. You ain't asked me, should I get this cut up? How you think it'll look on me? I said, yeah, it look real good on her. Kurt, what's on your heart, man? Should this be discussed?
I think Chrissy kind of tapped into a major point.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually personally went through that at one point in my first marriage. If it's something major, I think it should be discussed.
Mm-hmm.
If it's something major, because
Kurt,
you could have.
I like to play. I like to play both sides of the coin. I like to play both sides of the coin. What gives you the right to tell that woman what she can and what she cannot do? Why she got to talk to you about it? It's her. That's her hair. That's her. Whatever she want to change. So why she got to tell you?
I didn't say that she has to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying out of common courtesy, have that discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Because for some of us, artificial looks don't do nothing for us.
Mm-hmm.
For some of us, as crazy as this may sound, and the media don't lay it out here like that, the powers to be don't lay it out here like that. For some of us, black or white, candy stripe, what God gave you is what God gave you.
Mm-hmm.
What I fell in love with ain't got nothing to do with a butt, a breast, or even a made up face.
Mm-hmm.
For some of us, what I fell in love with was an attitude or a characteristic, a smile. You got women, you got folks, and I ain't just saying women because now men going to go get corrective surgeries and all kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
But you got people that you fell in love with a smile, they go get their face altered. Now their smile is different.
Mm-hmm.
I think that out of a common courtesy, for anything that's major, because at the end of the day, we could wind up like Mrs. West.
Mm-hmm.
And now I gotta bury you.
Yeah.
Because you chose to go and do something that I knew nothing about, and I had no say in it. Now, my personal experience was a breast augmentation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying, look, one, I like what you got. Two, okay, with all of these corrective surgeries and these plastic surgeries, you got to understand that there's a certain level of maintenance that has to go into that. And if you can't afford the maintenance, don't go and get the job done. Because that's where the real money comes. It's not in the job itself. It's in the maintenance after the job. So there's things that you have to do to ensure that whatever gravity you defied, you continue to defy that. So, in some cases, it's, well, I told you about it. Okay, but you didn't ask me how I felt about it.
Exactly.
You didn't ask me deep down inside, how do you feel about this? But I don't personally believe that a man has a right to tell anyone, including his wife, what to do with her body.
That's right.
That is between her and the God that she serves.
Good deal. Hold on, Kurt.
I just don't believe that.
Hold on. Let me go to Leonard. I want to pull up. Leonard, what do you say to that, man? Should it be discussed?
I mean, if she want to discuss it, she can. You know, like I said, she can do what she want, but she know what I like.
So if you come home and it's totally different, how would Leonard deal with that situation?
It's happened several times before. So it's like, oh well, whatever. If I like it, I like it. I like it. I say I like it. If I don't, I don't.
Would you voice the fact that you don't like it?
Oh yeah, I'm just like that. I'm very direct. I mean, you know what I like, so you can go do it.
Did it matter to her that you liked or didn't like it?
Well, she has a tendency to change a lot, so it's not really a big deal when it happens, because usually she's gonna change her mind in another couple of days anyway. Why would I waste my time being upset about something like that? So I just say, oh well, new hat today, new stuff, you know, I'm a pretty natural guy, but you know, they do stuff all the time. So
exactly. But see, the thing about
it, with the same 121 years, a little bit over 21 years. So,
but you got some men out here, Leonard, and we got a couple of calls. I'm gonna go to those callers right now. But you got a few guys out here that in even in this day and time, man, feel as though you can't change anything. You know, they think they own the women. And you ask me before you do this. You ask me before you do that. You don't just go out there and just change the way you look. They got that I hate this. It is caveman mentality.
It's not caveman mentality at all. It's just liking something and not liking something else.
But you can't. What give him the right to tell her what she can change on her body?
Well, you don't know why he chose her.
He still don't have the right. That's all. That's
well, you have a right to choose what you would like.
Yes, you have. But if she come home and she's changed the way she look, if for whatever reason you don't like that, then leave.
I mean, if that's his thing, if it's that big a deal to you, I know a lot of folks leave women when they gain weight, leave them when they're sick, do all kind of things. So it's really a mindset on what, some people like a certain thing. And one, if you're not appealing to your mate, that is eventually going to be a problem. It has nothing to do with being a caveman or nothing else. It's just not being appealing to your mate.
My thing, no. Listen. Let me clarify what I said. The caveman part was when I say when they try to dictate and strong on them and tell them what they can and what they cannot do. That's what I mean when I say a caveman. Yes, he or she have a decision. If they don't want to be together, then leave. There go your hat. There go your coat. Get your little coat because it's a little cold outside, and get on about your business.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't associate with people like that.
But if you're not happy, if you have such an issue with it, because my thing is, you cannot tell.
You're obviously not married, I guess.
No, yeah. We're talking about spouse. The question is geared around spouse. But let me go to the phone now. We got a couple of callers on here. We got someone calling from the 404 area code. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Is that me?
Yeah. 404. Yes, sir.
This your brother Pete. This your brother and servant. How y'all doing, family?
Pete, what's going on, man?
I was nothing much. I'm kind of in line a little bit with what Brother Leonard was saying. If it's a medical condition, then I think we need to give some leeway. I don't think we have the 27 years in for myself, and I don't think that we have the right to tell somebody what they can and cannot do.
Exactly. Exactly.
As long as it's within, within range. But then let's just bring it on back down. And it might be some of my personal preference. I'm a little older, so I might be linked to the old school.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these new styles are a little strange to me.
Just a little, brother. Just a little.
I mean, no, brother. They way out there in a whole other world.
Yeah,
to be honest with me.
Mm-hmm.
If you're walking around with a whole lot of phony hair, eyelashes, and all this type of stuff, man, I might not even speak to you. The most you might get from me is a wave. Mm-hmm. If you're walking around a man with them tight pants on, and you carrying a man bag that looks like a purse, you images something that I completely personally stand against, and I throw you off into the trash category personally, real quick.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, when I look at our people, I'm talking about specifically our people. We are predominantly a lost bunch of clowns being led as fools to self-destruction and have no clue that a lot of this stuff is just leading us off to nowhere. I mean, it's amazing to me. Do you love yourself? Do you know how beautiful you are naturally? I mean, these young men coming up acting like girls. It's just the Bible say the foundations of the earth are all out of place. So on one hand, if you got a medical condition or something, I can understand. Mm-hmm. And hey, you got the right to do whatever you want to do. So, who am I? God said you can do whatever you want to do. So who am I in that regard? But my personal preference, man, miss me.
Wow.
Wait a minute, Raheem.
I knew you was coming. I knew you was coming. So
I know I have to, because you know what? Natural is beautiful. Don't get me wrong, because I'm natural and I love to be natural. But I'm gonna tell you something. I will pop on some lashes. I will pop on some makeup, and I can guarantee you this: when I come on Morning Glow, guys like, "Hey, Chris, you look good." But when I had that makeup on and I have my lashes on and I have my hair wrap and my hair done, oh, Christy, you look beautiful today. It's just a spice up. And you're right. Some men don't like makeup, but I guarantee you this though. I've seen men who look at women when they have all glammed up, because I put it to the test this weekend. My regular old self, I go day to day. I see everybody. I see, hey, how you doing? I went to a get together. I glammed up for this get together. Like my makeup, my hair was braided and all kinds of stuff. Man, there's so many people trying to holler at me, just me being made up, that I was looking at them like, I'm the same person you just saw 2 minutes ago that had on some jeans and a t-shirt. So what's the difference now? So yeah, it does, for us trying to get a mate or trying to get a dude to holler at you, then yeah, if that's your goal, then yeah, wearing the makeup and changing your hair and stuff is something that do it. But if you're not interested in that, if your mind is above that and you just interested in pleasing yourself and looking pretty for yourself, you could change 24/7. As long as you look pretty to yourself, that's all that matters.
Okay, we got a couple of callers on the line. I'm going to go to those callers as well. But I want to ask this question, Christy. 9 times out of 10, I can't answer this question because I'm a guy. I can't answer this question. But you being a female, you can answer. You're more qualified to answer the question than I am. So let me ask you this: most of the time, when a woman glam up, like you say, is she glamming up for herself, or is she glamming up for the people that's around her, or trying to attract someone?
Well, it depends. I glam up for several reasons. Like I glam up just, if I'm having, like I told you before, if I'm having a bad day or I feel down or whatever, I glam up and spruce myself up, and I look, it's like, ooh, girl, you still, it's just that you can glam up to get attention. You might want somebody to say you pretty today. That may make your day. Or you may even glam up because you got somewhere to go. You might have a speaking engagement, or you going to a party or a get together with family and friends, and you want to be like, okay, let me stunt on them right quick. I'm using young people words. Let me stunt on them right quick. So it's several reasons that a woman might glam up or dress up, and it could be sometimes it's just for herself. Just think about a cancer patient who used to have long, beautiful hair and now don't have any hair. And so then she put on a long wig and glam up to get back to where she used to be. It's all kinds of reasons, and the change comes just because, like I'm tired of my hair being curly. So let me try the straight. I'm tired of straight hair. Let me see what I look like with this short haircut. Ooh, that undercut look good. Let me put an undercut up here and hold my hair up and see how I do. Oh, one be in the mirror looking like, do I look good without my glasses on? Show with my contacts and my brown eyes. Or you know what?
Hold on, preacher. You giving us
I like my glasses.
Preacher, you giving us a whole class on how y'all do that thing. Now hold on, preacher. We got some more people here now.
Just saying.
But
I do believe, before you go, I do believe that if it's a major surgery, a woman should discuss that with her husband. But if it's something as simple as a hair change, don't even worry about telling him. He'll see it when he get there. Just put on a linger ring and say, hey, babe.
Okay. Let me, okay, good deal. Sheed, what's going on, Sheed? How you doing this morning?
What up, though? Good morning.
Hey, good morning, sir. Good morning. How you say it? What up, though? There you go. Detroit Lions.
Up,
yeah. I sidetracked. Sidebar.
That's them Cubs. That's them Cubs. Don't do that.
Just Detroit. Just Detroit. Just Detroit.
But listen, just Detroit. What
Yeah.
Should you discuss, and we talking about a spouse, a husband situation here. Should you discuss any changes to your look with your spouse? If she want to cut her hair, she want to do some major changes on herself, on her personal appearance, should she discuss it with her husband?
I believe so. Yeah. Yeah, I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta understand marriage is a covenant, and in the scriptures it talks about how we are one. You know, when you join with your wife, you're one flesh.
Mm-hmm.
God, so we want to express that oneness in every way possible. And so the scripture also talks about how your body is not yours, but your wife's.
Mm-hmm.
And her body is not hers, but yours.
Mm-hmm.
So her body belongs to me. I know that may trip some people up and cause some people to be like, whoa, but I'm just telling you what the word of God says, man.
Send the email to send the emails to Rashid.
To me. That's mine. That's mine, man. And mine is hers. So I can't do with control it whatever I want to. I do have to consult with her. She is a co-owner with me of my body. And we need to stay that way. She's a co-owner.
Church in the background saying, hey, man.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, I made a decision a few weeks ago in the middle of Corona. I was having, a moment. I was, looking at myself in the mirror. I said, you know what? I want to shave all my facial hair off, right? I made that decision for myself, but man, that thing wasn't complete until I checked with my wife. It wasn't that I was informing her that I was going to shave all my hair off. No, dude, I had to ask for permission to shave all my hair off, man, because that's her hair. See that she is looking at my face, and I want to know if I need to get the clearance from her. Is that all right for me to do, baby? And she said, yeah, go ahead. Let's see how that worked, because it wasn't no big deal to her. They laughed at me for, because I looked funny, but she knew the hair was growing back, so she wasn't tripping. And it was a fun time.
Yeah.
But my wife decided to shave her hair or to change it drastically or something like that. I know it's not major surgery, anything like that, but I'm talking about even something simple like hair. If this drastically changes your appearance, I think it's respectful. I think it's considerate for you to come to your spouse. I think people with revelation will do that, and people who have a revelation of love and a marriage will do that with no problem because they don't feel threatened and they don't feel like, hey, I think it's a selfless act that is welcomed and encouraged in a marriage.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Let me do this. Let me go to Annie from Mississippi. Annie, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning, everyone. How are you?
Hey, doing good. Asking a question this morning. Annie, I want to hear your heart on this. Ain't no telling what I'm about to get, but Lord, my Jesus, help me. Should you discuss any changes?
Watch it now. You already talked about me before you ask. Let's go.
I'm just the question asker. So, I'm just the question asker. Should you discuss any changes to your look with your spouse?
You mean like some type of surgery?
Surgery. If you got long, beautiful hair, and all of a sudden you want to cut all your hair off and get that little short little cut and stuff like that. You should that be discussed with your spouse?
Not really. I mean, I got my nose and my lips done, and my husband still don't know it.
Wait a minute now. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute now. What you mean he don't know it?
I said he don't know it.
Wait a minute now. Wait a minute now.
I'm with you, Annie. I'm with you. Men ain't that observant. I'm with you. They don't even know.
All right, baby.
How you gonna say he don't know it? Wait a minute. How you? He know it. And he just maybe didn't say anything to you about it. Well,
some of y'all can't tell a man from a woman.
God almighty.
He don't.
Wow.
Well,
That's why you have to be careful.
Look at it, especially in Atlanta, but that's another story.
But she's exactly right. Minor things. Like I said, I was talking to somebody else. I've never sat around with men discussing a woman's lashes and all these things. I don't kick it like that. Whatever you do and whatever you present is whatever you coming with. You know what I'm saying? When, like Christy said, Christy knows the difference. Like she said, when she's made up or doing this, that, or the other. How many more people give her attention? I think it's very feminine. I think it causes some issues. It's a lot of vanity, and that's why we live. We have this hyper materialized, sexualized society that we have, because it's easier to make yourself look good than to actually be good. So you can put on all this type of stuff. For instance, like with my wife, I'm always been a natural cat. Natural hair, don't need no makeup or whatever. So naturally, you're appealing to me that way. Now, like say, for instance, my wife, I don't see where a lot of makeup enhances her at all. I've seen her with it on before. But like for instance, with lips, she know I don't like lipstick on me. She knows, so she don't put it on me. You know what I'm saying? But when she puts a little lipstick on there, my wife asks me, but I'm very honest. Most men lie, I believe. But if you say, how you like my hair? It's all right. I don't really care for it, but it's all right. I mean, if you ask me, how do you like my lips? Well, I'm not big on that lip color at all. It's not doing nothing for me, but oh well. See, men should just give it to you honest. It's all this people are like she said,
Leonard, hold on, Leonard. Man, you trying to get all these brothers in trouble, man. You go to your wife and you say something.
I'm trying to get y'all right.
Look at you. You go to man, look here. And you say, no, I don't like that. I don't even know why you changed it anyway. I liked it the way it was. Now here you go, done change the whole look. What the world wants you? I don't like that. Frank,
like I said, my wife will spend hours getting her hair done with the braids and take them out in 2 days.
Wow.
She's never kept them. I don't think
I just did that.
Kept them. I know y'all changed so much, man. I mean, I can't.
Wasting money.
I know it causes some issues with some people, but it's so shallow. So shallow.
But when
it is. The thing about
when natural hair.
Hold on, Christy. Lord, my Jesus. Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead, say it. Go ahead. You want to get it out? Go ahead, say it, Chris.
I just want to say, but with natural hair, you do have to do protective styles, so you do have to put it up. Just to keep it natural and looking good. Like I know me, I get braids for about 2 weeks, and I'm back wearing my natural hair. So you do have to have, and then I wear wigs. Yeah, about 2 weeks. I keep up for about a week or two. But then, like even with my wigs, I put my hair in a ponytail and wear wigs just to protect it, to keep it protection, because I want to continue to grow and look healthy. So you have to put your hair up and keep it.
I gotta ask the question: how much that cost to get your hair braided like that? How much it costs these days?
You talking about for me to get my hair braided? Yeah. It don't cost me anything because I have a person that's a close friend of mine that braids. So I just go buy some hair and get my hair braided. But on an average, it depends on what type of braids you get in. Because me, I just get just braids braided to the back, which is like $25, $30. Now, if you want to go to the expensive braids like the box braids and all that other stuff that's a little bit more, it could cost between $50 to $100 just to get it done. And that's not including the hair. If you get a sew-in or you get, it's just all different kinds of things that cost. It depends on how much hair. You get real human hair versus synthetic hair.
It's a huge industry, and they spend a lot of money.
Exactly.
It can go up into the numbers, but
absolutely. I don't. Yeah, it can get quite expensive. Let me go to Donald Toussaint. Donald Toussaint, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Feel pretty good, man.
now, Donna, you gonna get permission before you change anything, man. You want to shave your head, or you want to cut your mustache or your beard off. You gonna go get permission, man. You gonna go ask, baby, what you think about this here? I want to shave off my head, and I want to shave my mustache. I'm tired of the mustache and the beard. I want to shave it all off. Donna, what you gonna do, brother? Don't stutter, man. Don't stutter. Whatever you do, don't stutter, brother. Don't stutter.
Oh, let's not be petty. let's not be petty. But as long as and some of us look funny without a mustache.
Mm-hmm.
And it might be a long mustache, but it's there.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say everything, but when a man shaves off his mustache,
mm-hmm.
all of it, he just don't look right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
oh man, don't do that. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't hurt yourself.
Don't do it. I'm not gonna say anything. Try not to be negative about it, or insult anybody, but don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, boy, I tell you, I was thinking about. I'm carefully having this conversation with you all this morning
mm-hmm.
because me and you talk right here.
Yeah.
I can't move to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nowhere around it.
On the outskirts, nowhere close to it. Nowhere in the vicinity.
Everybody in Atlanta looking for a man.
He said everybody. He said everybody. Good Lord. Let me go. Let me.
I'm sorry. Wait, don't wait. I got another part of my conversation, man.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Can you? It's your show.
No. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
But I think somebody mentioned it. But every one of us can't. I'm talking about black people on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Women change all the time. You may go to the other room, and they may come with an afro by the time you get back in the room.
Mm-hmm. That's a wig.
Or they may have yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You may leave the room and they bald head, and next time you come in the room, they may have hair to their back.
Mm.
For real. I'm saying to myself, what happened? But let me tell you something.
That's some excellent super grow you put in your head. Go ahead.
But everybody not supposed to look like hoochie mamas.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
Some you don't look good. Or what's that lady name? The singer married to I can't even call her name. They say she a devil worshiper, but I ain't gonna get into all that. Anyway, I can't call her name. That's the only reason why I said that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that it's true.
He's talking about Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
How you don't look good like Beyonce. You're not a Beyonce. Come on now, let it go.
So Donna, so Donna, when you say you don't look like good like Beyonce, are you saying some of these women are on the other side of attractive?
No. I'm saying that that's too much.
Now, Christy listening to you. She listening real close to now, Donna. Let me tell you, she done got real close to the camera. She listening real close.
She ready to speak now.
Yes, sir. But I'm not gonna go to what I'm gonna do. Hold on, let me go to Annie. I want to go to Annie from Mississippi. Annie, what's on your heart about what we're talking about right now?
I was just gonna say that my husband, my lips was swollen after the surgery, after the injections, and the only thing he noticed was my lip was swollen. And I just told him I got bit by a bee in my on my lip. So I lied. But other than that, he haven't noticed anything.
Oh,
and if a
Lord.
woman wants to change her body, you know, if she want to do a little enhancement, what's wrong with that? Nothing wrong with that.
But see, there's a lot of things, there's a lot of health risk that can go into her getting those things done. And she could lay on that table. She, you know, there's a possibility she might not stand back up. She might not get back up after the table, after being on the table. And so I think that's one of the reasons why, you know, it should be a conversation. Because, you know,
there's a risk when I get in my car and drive somewhere. I'm taking a risk right then when I'm meeting other cars. There's always risk in life. The thing about it is I didn't have like those nothing major. I just got injections.
See, there is, you're absolutely right. There are all kind of risks, but some risks don't have to exist. You know, some things we have a choice in the matter, and this just happened to be one. I think we have a choice in the matter. Frank, what's on your heart, brother? Talk to me.
All right, I'm gonna pull y'all into Frank's world.
Oh Lord! Lord!
This probably doesn't exist anywhere else, but this is a Frankism, man.
Please don't, please.
I'm gonna tell you this. I love to please my wife. I love to. So my whole look, anything that I do is geared towards that. You know, I study my wife. I know what she likes. I know, you know, I mean, I still, to this day, man, we've been married a while. I still love macking my wife, man. I still love to turn the corner and she just get nervous. I don't like that, man. So it's important to me. I don't want to do a bunch of stuff that my wife don't care for. When she look at me, she go, this joker here. You know, it's important for me to make her yearn for me. And the fortunate thing in this Frankism and in this world, she feels the same way about her husband. So, you know, thank God that, you know, she does things that she thinks is pleasing to me. And it is. And she's very successful in it.
Good.
And I think that's important to the both of us. I'm not going to make this nobody else's world, but that works in our household.
Good. Man, I miss someone. Rico, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
I can't complain. How everybody doing this morning?
Hey, doing good. Rico, you've been listening for a minute, man. I actually forgot you had called in, brother. I apologize about that. But tell me what you think about this, man. I'm very curious to see what Rico think about this, man. Should you discuss, or should it be discussed before the changes look with your spouse?
Yes, it has to be discussed, but then at the same time, you know, we got to remember that we just can't put an absolute answer on every situation because there's different levels to every situation. You know, such as with those surgeries, or I'm not even going to say surgery. You have small things you could do to accessorize. You can fix that the same day. You have small things like cutting your hair off your face. You know, I cut all my hair off my face one time, and 2 weeks later it was back, but it took me 2 weeks to get over that look I didn't like. If my woman didn't like that, it would have been 2 weeks for her too.
Yeah.
If she would have liked it, like Frank said, I probably would have kept rocking it. Because she said she liked it even though I didn't like it. You know what, she liked that because, you know, you still have to get used to a different look. You know what I'm saying? So now you go back and you say, well, okay, why is this person having these problems? Is it minor? Is it a self-esteem thing? Is it a self-image thing? Or do they just want to change because they've been wearing the same hairstyle for 8 years? You know, you got to look at the reasoning behind it. Now, you can embrace it when you know that it's temporary, but at the same time, with those levels, it can be a situation where you go have an allergic reaction. Your significant other didn't even know that you were going to have this, and now they got to bury you because you decided to sneak and go have this surgery that could have had, you know, dangerous implications with it.
Exactly.
So, I mean, you know, it really depends. It depends on the situation. I mean, you have men and women that are not happy with their sexual organ. They have ways to go augment them. Now, their partner might be like, hey, I'm fine with that. I'm cool with that. But that woman with that chest of an 8-year-old boy is not cool with that at 30. Or that man that's shaped up like a 2-year-old boy is not cool with that endowment. He needs something. He can't. She might be cool with it, but no, that ain't enough for me. I need to go get that fixed. So you have to agree with that and embrace that. But at the same time, if you run around here pulling little Kims or going up in stores like Britney Spears and just pulling a stunt, then I might be out of there. Because I ain't gonna even say I might be out of there, but I got to ask some deeper questions. What's going on within you? Because you don't have to accept that. There's some flaws going on in there. With like I said, with Lil' Kim, her extreme just disfiguring herself, or Britney Spears just spurred of the moment going in the store, cutting her hair off, and then running out swinging umbrellas at people. It's a problem now. The same cosmetic thing. Her hair can grow back, but her mind ain't going. Her mind is what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's levels to it. It's levels to it. We just can't put 1 ounce on it. But I like what Frank said because he brought it back around. Because we can easily cut our hair off our face and just be like, oh no, I can't deal with that. I'm gonna just deal with the gray or whatever. And if your woman say, hey, I like that. You look like you went back in age 20 years. Go ahead and rock that. You might like it after about 2 or 3 months. That might be your next style for another 8 years.
Exactly.
You know, so
another 8 years. Good Lord. I was gonna go to She Was Strong after you, but that's conversation you put out there just now. I gotta go to another dude before I come back to She Was Strong. Let me go to Pete. Pete, what's on your heart, brother?
Well, again, like I say, I don't think we have a right to just dictate to somebody what they can and cannot do as long as it's within context. But I keep saying, my personal, I don't like all that extra stuff, me personally. I can understand you getting made up, you want to make yourself look nice for an occasion or whatever. But, these folks be walking around looking like circus clowns in the public circus, to me. I wonder what's really wrong with them. And don't even get started on trying to figure out what it is. Because, if it's not clearly a female, you got a block behind and big wide shoulders and long big old legs, and you made up like that, dude, I don't know what that is. Should I address you as a man or a woman? And I mean, real talk, I don't know what's going on with these folks. So to each his own. But just speaking for myself, man, listen, I'm telling you, I'll kick you to the curb so hard it ain't even funny. You can go down on the side of the road, I'll be the last person to stop you because you looking awful strange to me.
Christy, what's on your heart?
We're talking about superficial things. And we have to understand that if you're married to a person, you didn't marry them for their look. I mean, it was the first thing that attracted you, yes. But if you've been married for 20 and 30 and 40 years, I'm quite sure her look is not the only thing that you look at to make you say, you know what, I'm glad I married her. Because we all know looks change. Everything has gravity. So I feel as though that the panel is thinking of just the cosmetic part of it or the beauty of it or the look itself. But when the look is not really that important, it's what's inside. It's her way she makes you feel, the way it may be, she does this, she does that. It may be a lot more things than just that look. So by her changing minor things about herself should not change the way you look at her or should not change the way you feel about her. If that's the case, then maybe your marriage was based upon a look and not what was on the inside of her. So then that's a deeper issue in my opinion. And that's just my opinion. And I feel like any man that can look at a woman, I mean, everyone like a certain look or a certain type. But as you grow and get mature, you understand and learn that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And if I'm beholding myself, whatever I view as beauty for me to make me feel happy, because if I'm happy and I'm married to you, I'm going to make you happy. If I'm sad and miserable, don't like the way I look, don't love myself, or have issues about myself, then that's going to be a marriage that's going to be unhappy, period, because I don't love and I'm not happy with myself. So I feel as though that we have to look at it in a different manner. I know it's fun to talk about the weave and the hair and the lashes, but a lot of you men wouldn't know if I have lashes on or not. You wouldn't even, not unless I told you. You wouldn't know if I had weave in my hair if I didn't have weave in my hair, because those things are very minute, that those changes are very different. And to say a woman have to come to you because you own her or she own you to discuss. That type of relationship, to me, and again, it's my opinion, is more of, like, why do I need your permission to do certain things? Do I need permission to go to the restroom too? You know what I'm saying? Like, we have some things that we can do for ourselves. Now, if it's something major, again, I'm gonna say it again, if it's major surgery, the only reason why I would tell my spouse is because I know there's a concern that I may not get off that table, I may have some infections, and I need care afterwards. And so if we have kids or I pick up, it may change those. But for me to change my hair, my makeup, my the way I wear a certain perfume that I wear, or different things like that, those things should not matter, because I still am who I am. I'm still going to be Christy. I'm still going to be Shera Strong. I'm still going to be bold. I'm still going to be who I am. My look doesn't change that. And if you marry me based on who I am, regardless of how I change my look, it shouldn't matter, because I'm still that same person. I'm still that same wife you picked. I'm still that attractive person with the long hair. My hair is just short. But if that matters to you, then yeah, that's a discussion you need to have your wife, because you have some deeper issues.
Okay. She, talk to me, brother. What's on your heart?
Wow, I got a lot on my heart. And this will be my last time speaking, because I got to go to work. So I'm glad you came to me. I really want to springboard from something that Frank said, because I think it's important that anytime you're having a discussion like this, you have to figure out your why. I think it's foolish to do anything if you don't really grasp and understand why you're doing it. And so when you get the overall picture in hand and understand the motive behind this change, then it'll shape what you do. Frank made a real good point. He was like, man, I want to please my wife. There's a scripture that talks about that. The Apostle Paul made an observation that he that is married here for the things of this world, and how he may please his wife. So when you consider that, that is a dynamic that is just true across the board with marriages. That should be our heart. So when we come in with that mindset, then if I'm going to make changes, I'm going to want it to be something that she likes. And vice versa. If a wife, and see, I'm not looking at, when we're talking about this discussion, we're taking it from the standpoint of what I should do, my perspective of me changing myself. So I have to consider, when I'm talking to that person about him changing himself or her changing herself, speak to the heart and the motive of that person when they make that change. So it's not about what the other person thinks. It's about what you think. So if your motive is, I'm looking to please my wife, therefore, if I'm gonna make a drastic change, then I need to make sure I consult with her, because I don't want to be making a drastic change like Rico said. You shaved your hair off your face like I just did. Man, that's 2 weeks at least that you're gonna be looking different. See, I'm not talking about makeup. That's different. That's different. That's something you can put on one minute, take it off the next. But if you cut your hair, or you have, like the lady said, I don't see anything major about injections. Man, that's major, because you're completely changing the makeup of yourself. And consider this: when you marry somebody, you made a decision to be with that person for the rest of your life. You evaluated that person and before you made that decision, and you took everything into account. Not just their character, not just their personality, not just the spirituality and all of that, but also their looks. We can't just omit that like it's not important. I'm not gonna listen. By the time most people marry, they think that their spouse is cute. They really are attracted to their spouse physically. We can't just dismiss that like that means nothing. Now, I'm not saying it's the most important thing.
What do you say to the people that say that would say to that point that you just made? What would you say to the people that say, well, that's too shallow, you shouldn't marry nobody on the way that physically look. You should marry them based on other elements of who they are as an individual, what they bring to the table.
Agree. I would agree. I would agree that you should not marry someone based upon their looks. I think that is shallow. I agree with that. But I also think that looks are important. You can't dismiss it like it's absolutely no merit. It does. I mean, we're not being real. We said that I married them and it didn't matter how they look. No, because you have a preference. And if you marry someone and you're not physically attracted to them, you're going to have problems in your marriage. Because guess what? You're going to be physically attracted to somebody. You're going to have some problems. I don't think that's wise. So if looks do matter, then we need to take into account what our spouse thinks about our looks if we decide to make a drastic change to it. So makeup and all of that, that's different. But we're talking about drastic changes that's going to last for a while. Yeah, man, I think it's considerate and I think it's wise for us to consult with our spouse who's going to be immediately and directly impacted by that decision.
Good deal. Good deal.
All right, man. Hey, love y'all.
Hey, love you as well, brother. Appreciate you.
I'll holler at y'all soon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And
Raheem, I'm going to have to go as well.
Okay, let me come to you. Let me come to you.
I'm going to have to go as well. What's on your heart? I just want to tell you guys bye. And I just want to say this real quick. And we have to remember, yes, you were attracted when you first meet someone, you get attracted to the way they look. But we all know looks change. So if you are upset by the hair change or makeup that can change within 2 to 3 weeks and that upsets your soul so badly, then you need to reevaluate. And, now I did say like major changes, yes, because that's a major change in your body or in your, not because of the way you look, but because of what you may go through. But no one should ask permission to have to change anything on their personal body, married or not married, only because that's something that's going to affect you. If you don't like it, you change it. With makeup, with hair, that's small things. What if I get cancer and all my hair fall out? Are you going to leave me then because my hair is not long and beautiful? What happens when I get old and it get gray? What happens when my breasts are no longer perky, but they fall down and sag down? What happens when my face no longer is looking round and beautiful the way you want to look, and wrinkles and other things start coming to place? That's why beauty shouldn't matter, because beauty is only going to be for a moment. And after that fade away, just like sex, after that fade away, you have to have something else to fall on with your companion. That's why I say your looks is not the number one thing that should matter when it changes minutely, like your hair. So what? Hair comes and goes. Facial hair. If you shave it off and they don't like it, it'll grow back. It has to be, you can laugh about it and go on about your life. Why make a big deal like, oh, well, you didn't tell me you was cutting your hair. So it's more to life that we have to battle right now than worrying about us changing minute things as a woman. What about equal rights? What about our men getting killed by police officers? Let's focus on the things that matter in our relation. What about our kids or everything going on with our children? Those things like that. Let's worry about our finances. Let's worry about Trump 45, what we're going to do if he get in office again. Let's focus on making our house great and not focus on the minor things about a hair, eyebrows, eyelashes.
I'm going to read this to you. And this is the beginning two segments of this song that was written a few years ago. And it say, lately you've been questioning if I still see you the same way. Because through these trying years, we're going to both physically change. Now, don't you know you will always be the most beautiful woman I know. So let me reassure you, darling, that my feelings are truly unconditional. Those are the first. Yeah, those are the first two bars of that song, and a lot of y'all might know old minister, the minister that sang that song. Y'all might know him. Leonard, what's on your heart?
I love y'all.
Love you as well, sis. Have a good day now.
I was muted. I like what Christy said about long term and things happening and all these types of things or whatever. I gained 75 pounds. I never thought I'd be overweight. because I was always so small. And then when my wife got pregnant, I gained 75 pounds. And so I've been at that current weight, kind of, backed off it a little bit and working even still to get the weight down. One day my wife went to have a facial and our entire lives changed. That was horrible. More so for her than anything. Because having been pretty all your life and something happened to your face will drive a woman insane. And women are very sensitive about that. I've seen women hiding their faces in doctors' offices, everything. My wife went and got a facial, and by the time she got home, her body started burning. Rashes started breaking out, everything. Autoimmune or disorders happen, everything. Life-threatening illness happen, everything. So no, it's not as important as that. But you have to make sure your motives are okay. Because, if the motive is to get something you desire from someone or anything like that,
yes,
it's probably going to backfire in some way. And people play these games with other people or what have you. But looks change, fashions change, and things of that nature. However, my caution for people who are married, if you know what is appealing and unappealing to your spouse, you need to take that into consideration. Like I heard Annie talk about her lips or whatever, so I'm assuming she thought her lips were too thin, maybe. Now, I don't care for the way these women look with the lips. It just looks ridiculous to me. I don't know why some women are doing things and they look. See, it's when you can do little things and people just notice it's an enhancement. You can get away with that. But when you do something and it looks weird, like a lot of these people look, the person that got it done, I don't think they see that. I think they see something else. So that misperception is more concern to me than anything. You think your lips look good and they look a mess. But for some reason, I don't think no one tells you or you don't see it. So there's something strange going on. Or if you think for some reason that you can be somebody else because you change your hair and your lips and all that, you the same joker under all that crap in them changes.
Exactly.
So as long as I know people, I've gotten used to women love makeup and dress up, and that's just what they do, And I've seen a lot of women put makeup on. It hasn't enhanced them at all. They just look like a clown with paint.
Good Lord, Leonard.
So, things are just outrageous that people are doing just to get attention. And then you got nerve to get an attitude when you don't get the right attention you thought you was going to get. And all these things and all this other foolishness comes. So that's the problem with all this family.
Exactly.
Little touch-ups and things like that. If they make you feel better, fine. But if you married, consider the other person. I may love you, but what if I don't like looking at you no more? You know what I'm saying? One of the things that a lot of women used to, I believe, misunderstand about me is I would take you to dinner. We can have a great dinner, but I don't expect nothing. So, and I love to look at pretty women when I eat.
Make the food taste better?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just share. I was just wondering what it was. Let me go to her. Let me see. Let me do something else, brother. I gotta play 2 commercials real quick. We're gonna play these commercials. They're only gonna take about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. And we're gonna come back. We're gonna keep the rotation going. Great conversation. If y'all don't mind doing so, everybody share the broadcast. Make sure that people listen, because I think this is very important. Should you discuss any changes to your looks with your spouse? Give us a call. The phone lines are open, 678-381-1973, 678-381-1973. Should you discuss any changes that you make with your spouse? Should you even talk about it? Should it even be a conversation at all? Is your body? You have the right to do what you want to do with your body, but should you be considerate enough or kind enough or even loving enough to discuss it with your spouse. Let's pay some bills. We'll be right back.
We understand that people go through hard times. So we here at Home Solution Providers, we have your back. We can stop pending foreclosures and evictions. We can avoid bankruptcies. We can save you money. Here at Home Solution Provider, use a home modification to get your mortgage back on track. Know your options. We know your options. We can lower your monthly principal and lower your monthly payments. Here at Home Solutions Providers, give us a call. 877-254-8708. Again, 877-254-8708. 877-254-8708. Though times are hard, we can work together to get your life back on track.
I'm looking to buy my first home.
Welcome to Home Solution Providers, where you can participate in our first-time home buyer program. In our first-time home buyer program, we can help you qualify for a mortgage with a preferred lender, participate in our financial education and growth program, work with a preferred realtor to help you find the house of your dreams, and assist you with closing costs, and much more. Just contact 678-489-7531. Home Solution Providers, 678-489-7531.
Thank you.
Home Solution Providers, 678-489-7531. www.homesolutionproviders.org.
Good deal. Good deal. Annie, are you still with us? Annie, you still with us? Let's see, did we lose Annie? Yeah, I think we just lost Annie. Let me go back to Rico. Rico, what's on your heart, brother? Talk to me.
Oh, okay. I thought I was on mute, man. This is a pretty good conversation, man. I mean, like I said, it's just, it's limits and levels to everything. As far as a woman having I'm not gonna say a woman, a significant other having to seek permission from the other spouse or partner or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That is a little extreme.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you said seek permission, but maybe you did say seek permission, but I'm gonna say maybe they should consult, because like I said, it can be easily.
And what we said, we just said discuss. We didn't say like seek permission. We say should we discuss. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. What's wrong with communicating?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I said, I'm hearing the word permission keep getting slung up in there. And I'm like, why is it that communication or discussion always got to turn to permission? Just because you talk to me about something that you want to do don't mean you're seeking my permission. Is that some people's point of view every time when they want to do something that they want to do? Well, I just want to do it, and I ain't gonna discuss it with them because I ain't got to seek their permission. No, how about you letting me know, so when you come home, I understand it is you and not somebody else. When you got your face beat, Because I look at that, and I've seen women go get makeup done, and they actually look totally different. I've seen two women that didn't look anything alike do the makeup together, and they come out looking like twins, identical twins. So, I mean, if that person, and I'm another prime example, I have a friend, which they might be listening, I hate to say this, but she walked up on me in Walmart one day. Hey, Rico, how you doing? I'm looking like, who in the ATL? I'm like, who is this? Walking up to me, I'm looking around like, man, I know I got a pass, but oh my God, I don't know this woman. She said, oh, Rico, do I look that different? You don't recognize me? And I realized I had just been to her house this weekend with my husband.
Wow.
That weekend watching her football game. I did not realize who she was. She changed the shape of her nose and everything from this makeup. So, I mean, now don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that, and that is nothing that she has to discuss with her husband. But that I'm making that point to let people know just how deep vanity has gone. I mean, television and media and propaganda has always placed a big emphasis on vanity and looks. It's to the point now where men have been making themselves look so much like women that the women are going and doing the same makeup procedures that the men are doing now.
Oh, Lord.
So they can look like other women, not to make themselves look better, but to make them look like a better looking woman that exists somewhere else. So I mean, you know, there's an adaptation in the mindset that might be sort of dysfunctional to a certain extent. So yeah, you need to pay attention to it. But at the same time, like I said, you know, don't look at it as seeking permission, because that's sort of domineering and old fashioned. I think a discussion is always warranted, because she might come off that table not breathing.
Yeah, exactly. Pete, what's on your heart, brother? Should you discuss any changes?
I'm still saying, you know, keeping things in order, and if you're gonna bring the scriptures into play, the brother expounded on that perfectly. But the Bible says the foundations of the earth are all out of place. So on a certain aspect, I think that a person should be able to have control over themselves and do within context what they would like to do. Certainly, if it's a medical condition, I think we should understand that. But when you're leading off into vanity, you know, that's a whole nother area.
Yeah.
And then just looking at the standard of beauty, who's defining the standard of beauty for us or for you? Who's defining that? Are you defining that for yourself, or is somebody else defining that for you? I mean, when I look at our women in particular, we just have some pretty women.
Yes.
Overall, they're just pretty. They have pretty skin, they have pretty features. They're not even going below the chin. They just tend to be attractive. And then when they add a lot of extra things, in my opinion, and a lot of times it takes away. And then dealing with today's culture, I just question, you know, what is your understanding, your digested comprehension of the standard of beauty? Because it's looking strange. I mean, I see women walking around with men hats on. You know, that's supposed to be fly. Well, I'm trying to figure out, you know, you swinging that way or this way. I mean, it's just this thing is confused.
Yeah.
On a certain level.
Exactly.
So if you got a medical condition, you know, something hindering, bothering you medically, I think that we should have some understanding there. Okay. But you know, when you just stepping out and just making yourself up and putting what's wrong with the hair on your head?
Exactly.
I mean, you know, I mean, these young women today don't even know how to do their hair.
Hey, Pete, hold on.
They always
hold on 1 second, Pete. I'm trying to be mindful of everybody. Time I got a new caller just called in. Don't know how much time we have with them. Caller from the 240 area code. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Monique from DC.
Hey, Monique, how you doing?
Just fine.
Monique, I gotta ask you the question. Should you discuss any changes that you make with in your look, in the way that you look with your spouse? What do you say to that, Monique?
I'm on the fence with that. And the reason why is because, you know, sometimes with women, you know, we do things based on how we feeling at the moment. So if we did make any type of changes, it won't be for long. So it could be something that, okay, at this moment, you know, because I'm feeling this way, I need something different. I just need something to pump me up. So it could be a spare of the moment thing. And that's how a lot of, you know, women, you know, think. They're not planning and plotting in some cases on, you know, making any changes. Just something at the moment. I'm feeling this kind of way. I need something to pick me up. So I think it's I'm on the fence with it. You know, because a lot of times it's temporary. Because if you look at most women, they don't have the same style. I mean, if you look at them, you know, 5 years ago, it's different. So it is not a permanent thing. So that's the reason why I don't really think that they have to discuss it. And besides, you know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So, you know,
Monique,
your husband,
you know what Fred Sanford said, don't you? You know
what do you say?
On Sanford and Son, and you're absolutely right.
What do you?
Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. He looked at her. He said he was talking to Lamont one day. He said, "Yeah," Lamont told she's beautiful on the inside, and Fred said, "Yeah, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder." He said, "But he want to be holding something beautiful."
okay.
Leonard, get me on that later.
Though, but my thing is, then he knew what she looked like, prior to that change. So, but she didn't change on the inside, though.
But Monique, I'm gonna ask you a question. I got another caller just called in. I want to go to that call as well. But I want to ask you this question. A lot of times, the way technology is set up today, a woman could walk into a place looking one way, and then they can add this and add that and tuck this and turn that and move this, lift that, pour that, and do all these different things. And she walk out looking totally different, looking a total 180. She meets somebody and they get together, and then she start removing all this stuff, and he's like, hold on, wait a minute. Is that fair?
I was told one time that men like illusion. And that's what women give men, illusion. So if men, and I can't believe that men really think that those women are like that, because I was told about men, they could tell if a woman has on a shaper, so I don't know. I think I don't think it's that detrimental of a change. Don't get me wrong, makeup and hair, if you put on a wig, it might change your look, but I don't think makeup does it, to that extreme.
Hold on now. Look at Hollywood. Some of the women that you see on TV you think are absolutely drop dead gorgeous. They take their makeup off. They look like a totally different person.
Not that much. They just giving those guys what they want. Men like illusion, so they giving them an illusion.
You got a few of them that you look at them after they take their makeup off, they're still somewhat cute. But some of them, like, oh my God. We got another caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Good morning. This is Bishop.
Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Man, I'm great.
You been listening to us this morning?
I have.
Okay, well, you can pick it up where you are, brother. What's on your heart? What do you think about this situation?
It depends on the situation, whether or not a woman should talk to her significant other, her husband or boyfriend or whatever. Now changes.
Now, Bishop, I want to say this because we could clarify this for us as well earlier. We just assume that as women. What about us? What about us, man? What if we want to shave off our mustache, our beard, or shave our head or something like this? Should we discuss it with our women? Should we talk about it? Because we changed too now.
Yeah, we do make some adjustments. You said that you messed around and took me, and I was married at the time. I was dating my wife, and I cut all my hair off. I went bald, put a razor to my head. And when I went to see her, she looked at me like, "What have you done?" And we riding in the car, so I'm heading to the mall, and for some reason out of nowhere, she just smacked me on the back of the head. I'm like, "What you doing?" She said, "It looked like a milk dud. I had to slap it."
Hey, she went too far off, brother. That's a funny shape head there. But should we change, brother? Leonard, what do you say to that? Leonard shaking his head. Yes, Leonard said, yes, it does look like a milk dud. What's on your heart, Leonard?
Look. What did you hear me say?
I saw you shaking your head though. You're done yet.
My head. What was wrong with my head? My headphones.
All right. Okay,
what should you do? You just gonna I think it's give and take on it, because you never know what that person is trying to do, what's the purpose of it, or what have you, how do they feel about it. So we just need to be careful, because one, you see all these women putting makeup, now you see all your little sons putting on makeup as well.
There's a serious issue.
There's an issue here. And matter of fact, now you have a lot of men who are much better at putting on makeup than women because they can make you believe they're a woman. Guess who's the best at it? Okay, so we don't want to make this just a woman issue because it's not. Men are doing these faces that you see out here most of the time. So you know, we have to take that into consideration. But like I said, deception never ends.
Man, I'm gonna tell you
well.
let me rephrase when I say it. I didn't look at it, but I went into this. Is what was her name? What was her name? She had a beauty salon here. Well, in Snellville. I was in my studio was in Snellville at that time. But I went to this beauty salon. A lot of women in there, man. They they doing it, and I'm trying to get some commercials. I finalized some commercials with them. And I went and I sat down. The young lady said, the owner of the shop, she said, well, have a seat. I'll be with you in just 1 second. I know I'm in the lion's den because I'm the only guy in there. So I know I'm in the lion's den. And so I sit there trying to be as calm as I can, Nobody bothered with me. But I looked at the TV and they had this show on and they were discussing the show. And to look at it, you would think that it was a lot of women on the stage doing a fashion show. But one lady looked at me. She said, "You know what you're looking at?" I said, "No, I ain't really paying too much attention to it." She said, "Look at it." She said, "How them women look?" I looked at you. I said, I ain't coming, right? She said, "All those are men. Those are drag queens." I said, "What?" All of them were men, man, with makeup on it, and if you didn't really look or know what you're looking at, man, you think it was women. I'm like, what the world going on here, man? I'm in the wrong place here. What y'all doing? But Rico, that's what it is, man. They got this thing, and you go. I hate to drop a name, but you go to Lenox Mall, man. They be dressed up all kind of ways over there, man, and all Lenox Mall, man. We went there one time, and we saw what the atmosphere was like. We had to get out of there. We got out of there, but. What is all this facade that they put up, man, and trying to make you think that there's something else?
I mean, that's a mental illness to a certain extent. I mean, and I hate to say that because some people gonna get mad about it, but it is, in my opinion, that is my opinion. Then when you start thinking that you want to be somebody else and doing all kind of surgeries, and I mean, I don't mess with Lenox Square Mall either. Last time I went over there, man, I seen a dude with some tights on. And he was man, he was built like Buffy the Body. I said, man, I was like, man, I said, that's it right here, man. I said, I like the tennis shoes and clothes over here, but I can do without. I ain't got to keep watching this mess right here. But it's like, I mean, it's really true what you said about who they are, who's really dictating the I'm gonna say the standards of beauty now. Who's dictating the standards of vanity? I mean, because women. First off, let me clear this up with the woman from Washington, D.C. Men don't like no illusion. We don't like no illusion because if that's the case, if whatever man like that illusion, he like that man that look like a woman. Yeah. If any man told you that, that man like a man that look like a woman, it's close enough. So I don't think a man like an illusion, but I like I said, I hate to say that it's a mental illness, but if I went and started thinking that I was somebody totally different and imitating them, and that was my life, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna leave it right there, man, because some people might get offended by how I feel on that end.
Pete, what do you say to that, man? This whole illusion thing. What do you say to that, man? What is it? Pete, you there?
I was on mute. Say that again.
What do you think about this? They're talking about the illusion and men dressing themselves up to look like women and trying to fool different people in this whole pursuit thing. What is that, Pete? What is it, man?
That's the aspect of the conversation that I was saying on the other side. We understand medically and things of that nature, and I'm not personally saying, I got to police you. Like, you a dog or something, and you own property, even though we know what the scriptures say. So, if you in line with that and you submit to that, then it's clear. But again, I'm gonna go back to the foundations of the earth being out of place. That's the part that troubles me because I don't know what it is. I mean, I've been to weddings where the woman was made up to the degree that if I didn't know for a fact that that was a man and a woman getting married, you could not have convinced me that that wasn't two men getting married.
Mm.
I mean, the wife was made up and looked more like a transsexual, transvestite, transformer, whatever you call it. And I don't mean to be disrespectful.
Yeah.
Than the man himself. So I'm saying that therein lies the problem. But then we're dealing with the societal standards and the changing of things. You know, we don't have to just be old fashioned. It's not so much old fashioned. It's just decency. Just, you know, I would like for my son to know that I'm the man and for him to know that his mother is the woman.
Yeah.
And to be able to differentiate between the two in the mindset of being unwilling or having a standoffish disposition toward conversing, to having a willingness to have a conversation. You can see the standards of things changing. You can see it changing. We're all witnessing it. And for us as a people, the conversation goes deep. You know, I'm gonna say a few things. I'm gonna be done and probably exit as well for the day. But we can see the standards. I reminded the family before where Francis Quest Welsing said that in 1972, I believe it was, that when white supremacy is done with us, it will have our men walking around in dresses. Now that was in 1972. We know that the assault that is taking place on our families. So a lot of this stuff is bigger. It's a bigger issue than what meets the eye. We're dealing with some spiritual things, and naturally, we're dealing with a sway in societal structure that for us as a people is not meant for good.
Exactly. There's so much tied up in it, and there's so many layers on this conversation. Let me go to Donald Tucson. Tucson, what's on your heart, brother?
Interesting, you know, conversation, and it's not about trying to dictate to people's lives. I can understand medical conditions. I can understand emotional roller coasters. It's like a roller coaster. It's up and down. Today I may feel wonderful. I'm not talking about me. I'm not talking about me.
Yeah.
I'm talking about women in particular, because we see a change from day to day. They may have long hair, they may have short hair, they may have an afro, they may have weaves, or dreadlocks or something. It's just different. They may have short lashes, and then some they have lashes, you can't see their eyes because the lashes are so long. Fingernails that curve and turn, and they're pink and blue and yellow and green and everything else. It changes from time to time. But here's the thing that I'm looking at now. Okay. We let society dictate how we should look. So if I walk in the room and you're looking like the first lady, and then I walk out the room and you walk back in, and now you're looking like lady in the club, that's a problem here.
A huge problem.
I mean, some people have a tendency that, okay, I know beauty isn't a high beholder, but you don't see now you look a mess, and nobody gonna tell you.
I told you what Fred Sanford said. About that now.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've seen some people, and they can swear up and down, and I hear the comments, and sometimes they post themselves on Facebook or anywhere, even if they come into the church, and especially, and they come on Sunday morning and they have hair like Beyonce. Let's just use that for example. But you're the choir director. Don't you have wait a minute now. Is something going on here in society that society is dictating to us as a people? And I'm not talking about just as a people, but I know we talk about checking it and talking to, discussing it with the spouse.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't got too old. I'm just say this to be looking for fine. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you. I heard you. Mm-hmm.
Because fine gonna go away.
Mm-hmm.
So don't go nowhere and come back with liposuction. Don't do that to yourself.
That's good. That's good. And
Don't do that.
Exactly. And I want to ask Bishop this question right here. And Bishop, I want to hear your heart on this. Rico, come to you next. Same question. Have we as men made it too hard on women to keep up with each other in the way that they look? Have we made it hard on them?
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we made it too hard for anybody. Most men would not do too much complaining about their woman, how they look. They accept them for who they are. I think sometimes the women have a different mindset. They don't feel comfortable within their own skin. That's why they want to alter themselves.
So do you think women sometimes compete for the affection or for the eye or attention of men in the way that they look? And they feel as though they have to enhance this, they have to pull this along because she looked this way. And every time we go, everybody's always talking to her, and they don't talk to this other person. Now she feels that she have to compete to try to keep up to get the same attention that her friend is getting.
I mean, there may be some that have that mindset. I can't speak for any woman that would want to alter herself or make it a competition of beauty.
Mm-hmm.
So I can only speak from my perspective of how I may view it, and I would not put all the women in the same category trying to modify themselves to compete with a younger woman or a more sexier woman.
Mm-hmm.
I think they do. Everybody wants to look good,
mm-hmm.
and I think they want to enhance themselves. But the question is, should they, consult with their significant other
mm-hmm.
before they make any major adjustments? Minor adjustments is fine. You don't need my permission to get your hairstyle. And if a lady go get a hair fix, she come home and the man don't say nothing, she's doing it for two reasons. She wants to feel good with herself, but she also wants her man to see that she looks good and make a comment. And some guys don't mean to be paying the women attention after they get the hair fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, then I did all this. You ain't telling my hair look good. They say I'm mad. And you don't know why you mad. Then you finally break down. Well, you didn't tell me I look good. So,
Why I gotta tell you? Why I gotta tell you? Why I gotta tell you? You should know you look good. Why I gotta tell you? That's that most men. Why I gotta tell you for? You should know you look good already. You know you look good, ain't it? Ain't no why I gotta tell you look good. Y'all know you should know you look good already. We got Monique. I think we have Monique back. Monique, what's on your heart?
But they still like to hear it though.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Monique, you there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we have someone from the what is that? They hung up. I was just going to come to you too. But if you get an opportunity, give us a call back. Give us a call back. I want to hear your heart. Leonard, what do you say to that? The women feel as though they have to compete.
I don't know. Maybe they do. I don't think. I think the previous question was more. It was like, do we put that stress on them? I don't think so at all. You have to realize women compete for one another. They don't care nothing about you.
But they're trying to get you.
No, not necessarily. No, not at all. And that's what people think. That's not what it's for.
Mm-hmm.
They like to be looked at.
Mm-hmm.
That's that part of vanity that's almost a curse. And see, you can be doing these. See, a lot of times they compete just for their own accord with one another. I'm gonna get a bigger butt than hers, or I need my butt to be bigger than hers, or my breasts to be bigger than hers.
We ain't got nothing to do with that, or our attention that they're trying to acquire from us has nothing to do with that.
No, because you've heard the women on here say they do it because they want to do it. Most women do it because it makes them feel better. They don't care nothing about what you think.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times women will say, like Christy mentioned, when I ain't got nothing on, I notice the difference.
Mm-hmm.
But when I put on the enhancements and all that type of stuff, more people holler at me or what have you.
Yeah.
Men will holler at you just because they want to. Now you get a lot of attention, but it's just that. It's just attention that you would give anything else. But they do it just like you do it in a gym. You got some bodybuilders. I think Frank is a physical fitness trainer or something like that. You know, he can tell you men are competitive like that in a gym.
Yeah.
You see them prancing and strutting around in the gym all the time. That's the same spirit as a woman would have.
Look at this bicep. This is the best.
You know, they want to be bigger than the next guy, stronger than the next guy. You know, you notice it on various levels. But at some point, it becomes very vain, and you hear about people talk about the problems in their relationship that it causes sometimes. Like you got a woman who thinks she can dress with everything hanging out, and then I'm supposed to act like you're the first lady of the church. No, it's not. It don't work like that. So there are some drawbacks to what they do as well. You know, if they do, you know, if you put that bait out there, somebody gonna hit it.
Exactly. And I want some of my sister to call in. Give us a call, 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. Get some of my sisters to call in because I want to hear y'all heart on this. Do y'all compete against each other? Is it for the affirmation? Is it for the attention of men? Why do y'all do it? Why do y'all go to such lengths to look good? Is it just because you want to look good just for you? Give us a call, ladies. Give us a call, 678-381-1973. Rico, what's on your heart, brother? What do you say? I saw you shaking your head. Yeah, no over there.
Yeah, they don't do it for us. It's a self-esteem thing. It's I'm the baddest bee type of thing. You know what I'm saying? I had 12 aunts and one uncle, and some of those aunts, man, they had friends, and you would hear the conversations, and they didn't want the big butt or the tight body for a specific guy. They wanted it for all the guys. They wanted the attention. They might go get a bunch of phone numbers that night and not call one of them. You know, unless one of them might have that potential, or I might call this one, but that wasn't the intention at first. The intention was to go out and stunt. I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna be the baddest thing in the club tonight. Everybody gonna be looking at me. And so I think men don't determine that. I think media determines that, and media influences women, celebrities or whatever, models. They influence women, and then women bring the style to us.
Yeah.
I got this new style. I got this new hairstyle. You might like it. So they wear, like now they wear the makeup different. You know, they don't wear the makeup like they wore when they had the glamour shots. They wear transsexual makeup now. So that it went another level because somewhere media told them that was, you know, tolerable, or I'm gonna say acceptable. But I'm gonna flip the script a little bit to defend. I ain't gonna say defend the women, but at the same time, we got some men running around here getting man weaves now, getting dreads and getting waves and low haircut, and they just walked in the barbershop with a George Jefferson. You know, now they leaving out with the long weave and they looking like they did 30 years ago, 20 years ago. So I mean, I'm pretty sure those men. So I don't know, it might be a different reason for the men. I hit on that for a second. I wonder, would a man be doing that because he wants to look better than the rest of the men, or would it be because he want to look attractive to the women like he did in the past because age is catching up with him?
Yeah, and or is he trying to look attractive to the other men? We're in a strange time right now, fellas. We're in a real strange time, man. You know, we got all kind of mess going on. Bishop, what's on your heart?
I just laughing at what Rico was talking about. Going there with the George Jefferson coming out looking like Bob Marley. I can just imagine, man. But you know, it is a vanity thing with both sexes, to tell you the truth about it. They want to look good. They think that outer appearance gives them that everlasting beauty that they desire, and they think people will desire. Sometimes you just got to love yourself and love you for who you are. My hair started leaving me when I was 27. And I just went on and said, you know, since we want to go, I'm just going to let it go. And I cut it all off. For me, I looked good and I felt good about it. My wife didn't understand. Like I said, when we were dating and I did that, we got married. She's like, you had a little bit of that. Yeah, I said, but it was leaving. I didn't want no cowlicks on top of my head. It's a vanity thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like you said, any major adjustment that a woman does to her body or what a man does to his body. So people have to understand, to be honest now. A woman can say it's my body. But if you're my wife, your body belongs to me. My body belongs to you. I can't make any major changes to my body. I don't care if you put a little makeup on to hide the blemish or whatever. Or because your hair, you don't feel like doing it, you put on a wig. I may be cool and understand that, but anytime you go to alter your body and your physical appearance, your person and the person in your life should know exactly what you're doing before you do it. That way, you either get their blessing and support, or you get their negative criticism as it relates. Because sometimes you can do something and think you're doing something that can mess you up for the rest of your life. That's Kanye's mom. Not trying to be funny, but she went in to have an operation done and changed something from my understanding. If I'm wrong, I stand corrected. But then she died in the process.
Yeah. And that's what it is, man. There's a huge risk. There's a huge risk involved in it, man. That through the conversation that you would have with your spouse, that person might open your eyes to exactly what the risk is and make you reevaluate whether you actually want to take that risk or not. Don Tucson, what's on your heart, brother?
I just see so much that's going on in society now, and society is really the dictator of the change in appearances for mainly women and some men. And it's just amazing how we change from day to day, every day. I mean, you have some women that, they got 50 wigs in the car, ready, and they're going to put them on. So you never know who you're going to meet. You may have Janet Jackson today and
Freddie Jackson tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'm trying to help you out, brother.
Freddie Jackson tomorrow.
Yeah.
They're all gone. But okay, let's just throw this out here. Some men don't like tattoos. And you're going to just go out and you're going to say, well, I'm going to get me a tattoo. And you come back home from a day's work and you look and she got a tattoo on her neck. Well, you're going to have a problem because I don't like tattoos.
Yeah.
That's just my preference. Okay. I can understand hair, but you touch it.
How do you determine what is too much? If that happened, she come home, she got a tattoo, and then the next time she come home, she got lip enhancements, like Annie was saying, and then next time you come, where do you draw the line and say, look here, where do you draw the line?
Well, I think that discussion along the way in the relationship should have been made. We talk about whether I like tattoos or whether I like makeup, a lot of makeup. Because some people, there's nothing trying to beautify yourself with a little makeup here, a little bit of makeup there, a little lipstick. But your lipstick this morning or today, it looked like poop on your lips.
Yeah.
What color is that? I don't even know what color that is you got there. And then now your eyelashes are longer than your hair on your head. Come on now. Who are you trying to look like? I'm saying that because I understand that it makes people feel a certain way of confidence, or you may be in that mood today. But shouldn't we have had that conversation?
Exactly.
Because you're not trying to beautify yourself based on that fella down the street may like a Beyonce, but I don't. So maybe we should have that type of conversation. And please do not let me go out and I come back and I done bought me a muscle shirt, and I got a truck driver belly. Them two things don't go together.
Wow, Leonard, what's on your heart, man? Let's stop your brother. 'Cause I don't know where he going right now. He what's on your heart?
I was gonna see what Donald was gonna do, but he brought up something that I was gonna bring up, like the situation about tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or let's look at the situation with the sagging pants.
Mm.
You know, fashion and all these things that dictate how people like to dress. We already talked about the media or what have you. I'm a lot like Pete when it comes to certain things. Sometimes I look in windows in stores and I was like, why would you imitate some? It seems like people want you to dress up and be a clown.
Mm-hmm.
I don't watch reality shows very much, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't watch it for two reasons. The first reason, because one, I would enjoy it just as much with no sound. That's one. Mm-hmm. Because the women just parade across screen half naked the majority of the time.
Yes, they do.
And then when they started bringing the men into the situation, I noticed they looked like fools as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you didn't have, and they all were, you know, they started looking, you know, and dressing more like guys hanging out at the club, hip hop. And we know we got too old for that.
Mm-hmm.
But it just seemed like a lot of buffoonery to me when it came to certain things. And I don't trust people that like to dress up and look like pieces of candy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you riding around here literally wearing outfits with candy on them. Why would a grown man want to wear something with Skittles all over it? But see, that's fashion.
Mm-hmm.
So fashion is what it is. But if it alters your personality or something like that, you know, this whole thing about stunting and all this type of stuff, as long as you understand the difference between what's real and what's not.
Mm-hmm.
And we getting it, and a lot of people are confused about that these days.
Mm-hmm. So, and it's good. That's good. Rico, what do you say about that, man? How far have we gone from reality, brother?
We've gone way out the way. I mean, people I'm gonna say society is dictated more by trend and style than value now. The value has no purpose behind it. It's all about trend and style and what can get you attention. No matter how immoral it is or what, it might be illogical. But I mean, to me, that really shows, you know, just pretty much the mental dysfunction of society. You know, we've been going in a totally backwards direction. I mean, I think about how I hear people say sometimes when they do get a haircut or when they do get these procedures, now I feel like a new person. Now I feel motivated. But wait a minute, you the same person, you just look a little different. You still the same person, you got the same brain, same mouthpiece, your accent is not gonna change. But you know, when society puts J-Lo on a pedestal, then every Hispanic woman want to believe she look like J-Lo. When society puts Rihanna or Beyonce on a pedestal, and that's all you see, or Michelle Obama, then women start feeling like they need to have that style, or maybe Cardi B. I mean, oh man, prime example, I can't believe we even skipped over her, man. That thing now don't look nothing like she does after she put that makeup on. But when she take it off, it's like, you know, I wouldn't doubt that the man, I mean, people say the reason why, I mean, I don't even want to get into this because it's silly, but they getting a divorce. But in the human aspect of things, he really could be leaving her because he can't deal with the fact that she can't be that made up image 24/7. Maybe he finally just realized, you know what, man, I can get a woman that look halfway like she looked with the makeup off and live the rest of my life with her than deal with this woman right here. And it is sad if he looked at her for that reason, but it is sad too if he got with her for the wrong reason. Maybe he got with her because she looked a certain way, but that just go to show you how society and trends work. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see her on People magazine as one of the 10 most beautiful people in the next couple of years with all that mask she wearing.
Wow. Leonard, what do you say to that, brother? They dress up in a certain way. And then, like I said earlier in the conversation, when they start taking all that falseness off, now you got to deal with the real person. Do you like that person? And that's what we got to get to do. You know, aside of all the false stuff that's on, do you like the person? Can you deal with the person? Are you happy with that person? And is that person happy with themselves, man?
I think that's the issue, and that's the cause of a lot of that. Like Rico was saying, mental illness ain't but a little skip and a jump away from what's going on. If you don't want to be seen without it, there's an issue. There's an underlying issue. Now, I understand people wanting to look presentable and everything else, but then there are certain people who want to be the center of attention. And this is what leads to a lot of their problems.
Come on.
Is that desire to be the center of attention. You even hear entertainers talk about it, about the difference when they're not on stage, or what's drawing them to the stage, and things of that nature. Or you find out where you have some folks whom you think are just great people performing on stage, look great, and then tomorrow now they don't kill themselves. Because they got tired of pretending.
Yeah.
They just want to be, quote, regular or normal.
We talked about it the other day, man. The tears of a clown. The tears of a clown.
So if you're doing it, you know, I know some folks like, I love actors, and we take it the wrong way. Actors who are great play great roles. Now, when you meet that person, you should have enough sense to understand that's a role that they were playing.
Yeah.
That's not who they are. You can't be mad at them because of who they are. Their job is to act. And they do it, some of them do it very well. And then even they will go on to say, you have to be even careful with that, because when you pretend so long, and if you accidentally slip on that narrow thing where you forget that you're portraying somebody else, you can get caught up like that.
Exactly.
So long as you're not deceiving yourself and you just having fun or whatever, cool, no problem.
No harm, no foul.
Right. But if it's something you using against somebody to hurt somebody, to deceive somebody, or what have you, that's not right. And that's probably not going to work out for you in the end.
Len, I'm going to put you on the spot for a second. We changing the subject totally right now. If somebody came to you and is on Leonard, is what you say right now, they say, well, I need to find the greatest male actor and the greatest female actor of all times. Leonard, who would the male be in your eyes?
No, I don't know. I don't do the versus thing. Everybody's great that does it well, that succeeds. They do a great job. I mean, black folks always want to pit one against the other. Versus all the time. Me, I put it in this perspective. Rico, you see a pretty woman today already? Probably gonna see one in the next 10 minutes too. Next 12, next 15, it ain't gonna never be the prettiest woman in the world.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
You know what I'm saying? We be caught up in ridiculous stuff like that, to the point where we can't just appreciate something and keep it, moving. You appreciate the beauty of something and you keep it moving, but you don't obsess. You shouldn't obsess. That's why vanity is a cardinal sin.
Yes, it is.
For that very purpose. Because if you are using that vanity to take advantage of someone, that's wrong. And women always play the victim. But they never look at what they're doing.
They're part
you want to say one thing, it makes me feel good. No, because when you at your mama house and stuff like that and around your people, you ain't out here with your breasts hanging all out. Your skirt all the way up your behind. You dress like that when you trying to get something.
Yep. Trying to bait the hook, brother. They trying
exactly.
To bait the hook.
So it's I mean, you have to examine what the motive is. If you just like playing, having a good fun, new look, blah blah blah, cool. But don't let it become that cardinal sin level.
Exactly. 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. Phone lines are open. 678-381-1973. Bishop, who is the greatest actor of all time, male and female?
Now, why did I think you were asking that question? In my opinion,
yes.
My opinion on the black side, and I got both of them black and white.
Okay.
Denzel Washington takes the cake.
Okay.
Cicely Tyson takes the cake on the black side. On the white side, it'd be Meryl Streep. And I dare to say, I love Jeff Bridges.
Okay.
Great actress. So that's my opinion.
Okay.
And I hate to characterize anybody, but when you look at certain people, certain acting skills, I think they come off real good. Look at Glory. Look at Hoodman and see how those two actors portray.
Okay.
So that's it.
Tucson, who would you say that? Who you get a ticket to?
I would have to go with Bishop and Cicely Tyson. She played so many different roles, and she did well in her role. You believed her in the character she was playing.
Okay.
What is this guy's name? That I can't think of his name. I tell you how you gonna identify him. Who's that on a horse on that man? What is his name?
Samuel Jackson.
Excellent.
Is it Samuel Jackson?
Who was it?
Samuel Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson.
He played. Now that's this guy. When he plays the villain, you know he is the villain because you hate his everlasting guts. You could swear up and down that he was the best of the tone, or whatever you want to call it. I know we use the wrong context, but as we identify it, when he played in even Batman, you knew he was notorious. He's just a good actor.
Yeah.
He's just good at it. You know, there are some people that absorb the role. Denzel Washington. He when some when he played the Book of Enoch. I didn't think all through the movie you never knew he was blind. He played the role. I mean, he did excellent. He played when training, whatever.
Training Day. Training Day.
Yeah, Training Day. When he played that role, I mean, you said, I didn't know he was that terrible. You would say that he was all out of character, but he was playing the role and you believed him in anything he played. When he played, I can't even think about it, what it was. Any role he plays, he's just a good actor.
Malcolm X.
And so that because what you're talking about and what we're talking about in the previous subject, that's what people do when they change hairstyles or look or put makeup. They're acting characters out. So, but these guys that can really play, I like Angelina Jolie or whatever. I can't pronounce her name.
You just renamed that whole woman, man. You just
that's down south right there. That's Louisiana right there.
Yes, I can't even pronounce it. Never could pronounce it. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. the one over there. The one over there.
Yeah. Look, 50 Cent plays good role.
Okay. Hold on, Donna. Let me go to Rico. Rico, who do you get a ticket to?
I'm about like Leonard on that stuff, man. I really don't get into putting our best scholars and talent and celebrities against each other. I mean, like, I'm hurt right now about that LeBron versus Michael Jordan stuff. I'm like, man, why we just can't, have awesome black athletes that play different positions, of awesome black actors that, did their thing, But I can say that when it comes to some of the best character actors, Denzel did his thing in Training Day and in Malcolm X. But Samuel Jackson playing that crackhead in Jungle Fever. I think that was what, man, Samuel Jackson, he got my respect way back then. But the reason why I really don't go with that greatest of all time or just putting that label on them, because a lot of those actors bring their personality into those characters that they play. Prime example, I was looking at War Machine the other night. And I was, most of the time I look at Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio movies, and I'm like, you know what, they some pretty good actors. But then this last movie, it made me really realize that they're just being themselves in them movies. They're not acting like those true characters that they're portraying. Brad Pitt is being Brad Pitt in every movie, and they like him for being Brad Pitt. Leonardo DiCaprio, the same thing. He doesn't do anything really related to the character that he's playing. You see more of them in the character. And so they might try to do a little accent or something like that, but mainly you see their demeanor. So that's why I say I really don't put a whole lot of value in that, but I do give respect on the amount of talent that Samuel Jackson and Denzel Washington did in portraying. And Halle Berry played a good crackhead too.
Yeah.
And the New Jack City. She was a good crackhead. It took me a long time to realize that was Halle Berry. So sometimes people play good roles, but they don't do it all the time. And if you even remember, she was the prom fiend with Chris Rock.
Oh, really?
In New Jack City. She was a light-skinned chick. That was Chris Rock's girlfriend.
Man, I didn't know there was a you used to be the prom.
Yeah, she was the prom fiend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But see, and that's the thing right there, man. And for people that's like into acting and whatever they're into, man, if they're doing it in a way where they're actually bringing out the best in them, man, I can agree with y'all. The comparison thing, maybe that's not fair, because I'm gonna tell you something. I could never compare LeBron James to Michael Jordan. I can't. A lot of people say that, and I just can't see it, man. I can't see it. Leonard, what's on your heart?
And I think when it comes to the sports and things, there are stats and things like that you can look at. That I understand that part, when there are equal measurements, and things like that are being done fairly. But I've always not. I just like to see it done with things done well. And the best actor, like one I love, just great actors. If you can hold my attention and things like that, and I'm really into the part you play, and then I love to hear you talk about it off stage. I love the young lady that did Murder. Huh?
What about Forrest Whitaker?
Excellent.
Yeah.
I mean, where do you? It's like I was saying about the pretty thing. Man, that's the prettiest girl I ever seen. Next 5 minutes, you know what? That's a pretty girl. Oh, she fine. Yeah, guess what? She fine. Here come another fine. At some point, you just making conversation, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna tell you one of the ones, Leonard, and I'm sorry to cut you off, brother. I'm gonna tell you one on the female side. I just gotta throw a name out there before we move on to something else. But that doggone Angela Bassett.
Oh yeah.
Angela Bassett, man. That girl there, she's something serious to me.
I think what's her name is doing her best work on Greenlee.
Oh, my girl. Yeah.
Whitfield.
Whitfield, yeah.
Oh man, the way it's written, what we know, her history.
Yes.
The way we perceive her and everything, it's just working very well in that role. And the way she delivers her life, I mean, it's just talent. And when you see these women do the interviews, you realize they just excellent at what they do. The young lady that did How to Get Away with Murder, Viola Davis.
Yes. Yeah, she's good.
Excellent. If you've ever watched her stuff, she's excellent at everything she does. The work that she does. And some people may give her a hard time for the roles, but I don't give actors a hard time for the roles that they play. That's like I said, who played the better slave?
Yeah.
Kunta. Right.
Uh,
You know what I'm saying? But
Exactly.
it's the part that the person plays. I have a friend who's an actor, and he's been fortunate enough to be trained by Felicia Rashad, and
Wow.
he does a lot of Shakespeare and movies and stuff. And knowing him growing up, yeah, he's perfect for it. And he delivers very well. But the art of acting, when you see a master do it, It's like nothing else.
Yeah,
It's like nothing else. Whether it be Forrest Whitaker, Denzel Washington, Viola Davis, Lynn Whitfield, Cicely Tyson. We watched Cicely Tyson. She's still doing it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, she is still able to do it and do it well.
Would you put Jamie Foxx in that equation?
Oh, he's multi-talented.
Mm-hmm.
That man, I mean, he's just naturally gifted.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, sometimes it's according to the role. I mean, like if you look at what Michael Clark Duncan did in Green Mile, man, you could feel him. But he didn't have another role after that made him recognized as a #1 actor. Right. But that Green Mile role, man, listen, I like the Lost, man. That dude played that role.
Yeah.
You know, so sometimes it's about the role.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Bishop, what's on your heart, brother? Talk to me.
Man, interesting conversation as Leonard Colnorth named and Rico, and you know, I'm like, yeah, man, it's a whole list, and you just can't really pick one. It's like Lay's potato chips, you just can't eat just one. So in the acting world, you just really can't pick just one because everybody has their niche, a certain characters they can play better than others. Or, you know, you take Denzel Washington and Equalizer.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go back and look at the original Equalizer, it doesn't matter what Denzel Washington is doing.
Yeah.
So it's neither here nor there. But I want to go back to when Donna was talking about wearing a muscle shirt, but yet having a keg. Now, Donna, why are you picking at me, bro?
I was talking about myself, man. You should see me try to tie my shoes.
Oh, so you and I got the same problem. Okay, all right, we good, man. Let's tell you the truth.
When Donna came here, man, and it's amazing he said that one of his shoes was untied, and we came into the office over here, man. He wanted to tie his shoe, and he leaned over, and before you know it, he was laying on the floor, and I'm trying to figure out, man, what you doing? He done rolled over, man. He done rolled over. I tried to. Leonard was here too. I tried to wave Leonard to come and help us, man. Leonard, I believe he saw what was going on. He just didn't want to have no parts of it, and so yeah, man, we had to help him up off the floor.
That's why I'm really kidding about wearing shoes. That's got to tie up. Just slip them on.
Just slip them on. Slip and slide. Now, let's go back to our initial conversation. And I asked the question, Rico, I don't know if I posed this question to you or not. How much weight do you think we put on these women, man?
Say it again.
How much weight do we put on these women to look good?
Once again, I don't think we put the weight on them. I think media and society. I think I don't want to say propaganda. I want to say media. You look at the industry. I mean, you know, that pretty much dictates what society standards are. Mm-hmm. You know, what men and women. I mean, you know, women dictate that men have a certain bill, have a certain bank account. Mm-hmm. You know, there's certain standards that are set, but those standards are mainly set by, you know, society and the media that look. You know, like I said, everybody wants to look like Beyonce. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to be beautiful. You know, they want to be somebody that they're not, you know, but the problem becomes if that look motivates your self-esteem, you got a problem. Mm-hmm. You got something going on, because you have people out here with disfigurements that they can't do nothing about that are being successful. They could get out of bed that day. They don't have to make sure that they got their face beat just to go to Walmart.
Yeah.
But I know some people that have to have their face beaten. I know some men that have to have their J's on. They have to have their J's on and their outfit got to match when they step out that door, because they have become so vain, you know. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you know, I don't think men dictate that. I think women introduce what beauty is to us, and then we start embracing that, because we'll label a woman beautiful in a heartbeat. Mm-hmm. And like the woman said earlier, she's believed her whole life that men like illusion.
Yeah.
So whatever illusion they come up with, you know what I'm saying? If media says, okay, this is what's beautiful now, then from then on, they're gonna say, okay, this is what the celebrities are wearing. Mm-hmm. This the purse they rocking. Oh, that's how they wearing it. Oh, this is what they're doing to their eyebrows now. Well, let me start cutting my eyebrows off and drawing them on. Mm-hmm. You know. So I mean, you know, that's what the style and trend is now. I don't think men dictate that. We just grab whatever they bring to us.
Mm-hmm. Leonard, let me ask you this question, Leonard. A man has $10 million. And this may be a very unfair question, but I'm gonna throw it out there. A man has $10 million. He know he got $10 million. Everybody know he got $10 million in the bank. His money. Look like inside don't not attracted to the ladies at all. Would he have a problem getting pretty much any woman he want?
Man, I'm trying to understand what you just said. He got 10 million.
Yes.
But he ain't attracted to the ladies.
No. He don't have that look. He don't
right.
have
the ladies are not, he's not an attractive person.
Yes.
Okay. Now I understand.
Would he have a problem getting pretty much, not all women, some women are not materialistic like that. But would he have a problem getting a lot of women?
I mean, I don't know why he wouldn't. We didn't say he didn't have personality.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't say he didn't have a good mind game.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, people see different things.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that woman that's looking for a certain type may not go with him, but even she got a price.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, excuse me, I said hell. Can you say hell on the station?
I might let you go. On that. I might let you go. Cause you might have meant the place. So go ahead.
$10 million. I'll holler at it. What you talking about, cuz? Take it outside and beat the hell out of it. Take his $10 million.
Look at this, Bishop. Get us back on track. Bishop. Because I can't. I know right now.
You can't just be putting your 10 million out there like that. Is what I'm saying, right? But we all know how it goes. They got prices. You just pick the one you want. That's why men got all this money just to pick what they want. That's what their money for. So you don't even go into you don't even go into it worried about being attractive or not. Women are attracted to money.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what you look like.
Lord. And see, I'm waiting on some of my sisters to call in. I would love for them to have them to respond to this. But Rico, you're shaking your head the whole time I was asking the question. You were shaking your head. So what do you have?
Hey, that's bait, man. Look at Jay-Z. I mean, I don't mean to judge men, but I don't seen it all day long, man. I don't seen Scrubs, man. Some of them dope boys. I don't seen Scrubs, man, that couldn't get. I mean, and after they get that money, they still won't brush their teeth and comb their hair. The whole house smell like dog and feces. I mean, I don't seen it, man. I don't seen women walk past it like it ain't nothing. Oh, he got money, girl. He got money. They'll walk past that stinking dog, big piles of boo-boo in the house. I remember I was doing music, man, and there was this dude down here, man. He had got connected a little bit with some guys in Atlanta, the Young Bloods. Mm-hmm. And so, I go over his house every night, and he wanted me to come check out his studio. They had A1 equipment. They done invested a lot of money. I said, well, I don't really want to deal with these dudes, man. I know they hot. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to go see what they talking about. Mm-hmm. Man, I walked up in that house and seen the baddest of the baddest women of this area in that house every time I went in there. And every time I went in there, I like to turn around and made a U-turn because it stunk so bad. But they dealt with it. They dealt with it. And he might not have been giving them anything, just treating them. He could have just been popping bottles and buying them food, taking them to Waffle House whenever they ready, and they living it up. Because matter of fact, sometimes I talk to some of these women and they still remember those days. Oh man, them were the days back then. We used to get everything. We go to the club and he set it out, and I be thinking to myself, you was sitting up in that stinking house too. Yeah, you sitting up in you one of them. So as a man, I walked up out of there. So yeah, that $10 million making a lot of people look good, man, to a woman.
Donald, what's on your heart, brother? Stop laughing, Donald. What's on your heart, brother?
Yeah, look, Flavor got a girlfriend.
Thank you. And plenty baby mamas, don't
he? Yeah, he sure do. He sure do.
If somebody in love with Whoopi Goldberg. Anyway, I was.
He just shot. He just threw a shot at Whoopi just now. He just threw a shot at Whoopi. Shoot, don't.
I didn't even catch that. Shame on you, Donald.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. But let me tell you,
Excuse us, Whoopi. We love you, Whoopi.
I was was watching Sister Act, I think it was, and she was dressed up in, she was
She was
dressed up pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I told my brother, I said, we was watching it together. I said, man, you know what? She ain't dollar earlier. He said, yes, she is. She sure is ugly.
Don, yeah, Don, we gotta hold on.
Perfect role placement. Perfect role placement. Whoopi played that part, didn't you? Ah!
Let me say something. Why is it that they got something in young? I don't know what.
Leonard.
But like they go by them some Jordans and they get in the gym and they think they can jump out the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Just because the tennis shoes they got.
No good in the world. Them shoes ain't gonna do nothing. Oh no.
What's up with that? I was watching the game. I went to senior citizens, I guess, elderly basketball tournament.
Mm-hmm.
The older guy, the boy guy. And I went up there and I tried to do a finger roll. And it rolled up my fingers and dropped right on the floor.
Bishop, come in. Save us, Bishop.
The truth I say a finger roll.
Yeah.
So, what y'all saying? I'm thinking some of the same thing, but that's the truth, man. I just keep it real, keep it 100.
Oh my goodness.
100.
100, exactly. What do you think, Bishop? You think that that $10 million will get him a lot of women?
You heard? Did you hear what my man Leonard said? Hey man,
not have it in his pocket. I tell you that.
Man. Ain't nobody looking at how that Facebook. They're looking at that bank account.
Yeah.
You got 10 million, man. Missing out of his mouth,
Mm-hmm.
and won't never comb his hair.
Mm.
He got $10 million. I may be black, I may be ugly, but I'm rich.
Lord, my Jesus. But see, that's the thing.
I'm married now.
Yeah, I's married now. I's got me a wife now. But see, the thing about it, have we become that shallow as a people, where we would just, sell out everything that we look for, that we our standards, if you will, and because this person has $10 million, be with that person. Have we gotten to that point?
You've been there. People used to be bought and sold.
Yeah.
We have a sex trade, all that going on.
Mm-hmm.
So people been buying what they want. So it's that's not unusual. It's just that some people don't have the same morals and values.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's sad to me, I think the saddest thing to me is to see what they're doing to little girls.
Yeah.
And they're sexualizing little girls.
Mm-hmm.
And their mothers now are teaching them to be whores.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not good. Your daughter walking around singing this song out here, something wrong with your parenting in that home.
Yeah.
You got little girls walking around now talking about performing oral sex acts, and it's popular music.
Mm-hmm.
These are issues we have to be concerned about. You sending and dressing your daughters up and sending them out there with these animals.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. We gotta think about this thing. It's because it's going too far. And this whole thing with trafficking, to me, is the biggest issue. And I tell people, you have to think about it. If there's a market for it, if there's a demand, it's going to create a market.
Yeah.
And this is why you have the fashion industries and things make so much money.
Mm-hmm.
It is because the desire of people to change their image. like I say, now you got men that can make their bodies look just like women's bodies, face and everything, better at it than women. And so we have to really make sure that, like I said, my biggest thing is when it becomes an issue of vanity to the point where it's causing you problems. I'm gonna tell you how immature I was. I used to, you know why I used to think people were gay?
Why?
I used to thought people were gay because they were so attractive that men and women couldn't help but hit on them and proposition them. That's why I used to think that people were gay. And then I met all these ugly gay people and I knew that wasn't it.
Well, I knew he was gonna make a turn somewhere. I knew that. I knew he was going too straight. He was going too straight. I said, "Oh no. He gonna make a turn somewhere now. Somewhere there's a hook in the road somewhere. There's a hook in the road." Rico, what we gonna do about you, man? What we gonna do about you, brother?
I thought the opposite, man. I ain't gonna even lie. I grew up thinking they were gay because they couldn't get nobody, so they had to just link up with each other. I didn't think they were too pretty. That would caught me off guard right now, man. Hey, you gonna lose some viewers today, man. But you know what though? I think women should learn to have good discussions with their men when they want to have changes like that. I'm just trying to reverse it a little bit, because they gonna think we bashing women, being homophobic and everything on here, man.
You don't want to turn your spouse off.
Yeah.
That should not be your desire to turn your spouse off. That's just too much. That's dangerous. And like you say, it's not about permission or whatever. Like, say, for instance, my wife will always say, I'm thinking about getting some braids. I say, well, whatever. It don't even really matter to you, do it. Not really, as long as it don't touch me, I'm fine. Because I remember one time when we were first getting to know one another, I think I went to pick her up from somewhere, right? But she had gotten her hair done. And I was like sitting out there waiting for her. And then this girl come grabbing my car door. I'm like, who is that? It was her. Because the day before she had hair about right here, and then she had all these long braids, like Poetic Justice braids.
Yeah.
So I didn't know it was her. And she grabbed my car door, and I'm like, hey, what's on? What's going on? And then I was like, oh, that's you,
Leonard, well, you wide open. Leonard, wide open.
Bishop. I'm just saying, if you gonna present yourself a certain way, don't get offended.
Yeah.
If it don't turn out the way you thought it would. You did all that, and for somebody not to pay attention to you, that burns people up there. It's when they don't fix all themselves up and don't nobody say nothing. So it's good to compliment, like I tell cats, it's good. The day I can't compliment a woman, the day I keep my mouth shut, period. I'm not into all that other stupid stuff where one, you do one thing, you want to be perceived a certain way. No, that don't work with me. I'm gonna treat you the same way, whether you got makeup on or not.
Yeah.
So whatever you trying to do, that's on you. So, and I would advise guys, for instance, be careful. A lot of these women out here trapping y'all just like that. And y'all ain't got enough sense to know, wear protection and do all this. And look at all these guys now with all this money. Half of them got several baby mamas too to go with that money.
Yeah.
Because they can't control themselves. Now you got beautiful women throwing themselves at you. And notice the first baby mama, when you didn't have the money, she look a whole lot different than the ones after you don't won the championship. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So money does provide a lot of access. A lot of access.
What did Kanye say? And after winning the championship, you drive off on a Hyundai?
See, because you don't made a mistake behind a pretty girl who was too beautiful for you to keep going past. And now you got a world of hell.
Yeah. And you
because she just, and that's not saying that women aren't pretty. I mean, there are women that can do it without makeup. You understand? But just the point that they know we love the way they look this way. That's their tool.
I tell you, two young ladies that just came to my mind. I think very attractive, probably with or without makeup. And that's Halle Berry and Janet Jackson.
Yeah. I mean, I've never seen them look any, but then again, if you notice, these women don't go to extremes.
Yeah.
They usually look the same. They have a little enhancements from time to time, but you're not going to not recognize who they are, whether they have makeup on or not. It's because they're enhancing a little bit. They're not trying to disguise themselves.
Yeah. It ain't Halloween. It ain't Halloween.
Like I used to say, people used to love Halle Berry so much. I was like, she's just regular pretty. She's just a pretty girl. I mean, there's nothing extra about her.
Yeah.
She's just pretty. But that's a completely different. Then it's a completely different type of woman than another woman that's beautiful. So it's all different types. And Raheem, I know you froze. I could see my man Rico. He's still on there with us. But beauty is definitely in the eye of the beholder when it comes to this. Like I said, I used to laugh at me and my friends. A man can sit around all day at a park and just look at women. Man, that girl is beautiful. Man, that girl. They just all over. So and just enjoy it instead of trying to always pit one against another. I think that helps. But I don't know no men turning women down because they hair and their nails ain't together or some crazy stuff like that. So we women have introduced things to us that we really wasn't aware of. And we didn't really care nothing about. Like this notion that somehow heavier girls weren't attractive. Where did that come from? I mean, I don't see where men have been excluding larger women at all.
Look at Jill Scott. Jill Scott.
Oh my goodness. I'm just, things of that nature. So we have to really make sure that we are just appreciating people's beauty as opposed as using it as some type of vice. I think that's the issue. When you start using it as a vice is when it becomes a issue. Rico, I don't know if you feel the same, but how you feel about that? When people people who use their beauty as a vice?
Yeah, they use it as bait, on both sides, and that really, to me, that really shows you how quality and values have diminished over time because now we value superficial things. Like Raheem said earlier, a man can look but ugly, worth $10 million. And he got the best of the women, not only the good looking women, but the smartest women, the cleanest women. Because we have levels of women. We got the best and they'll get the top notch women, the women that really like to educate them, and the ones you think were reserved for doctors or somebody like that. So you look at that and you think, okay, society has told me that as long as this man has money, then he might be worthy of having some kind of integrity.
Can we?
Maybe his opinion or his feelings are worth something, should be valued because he has money. And that's the same thing with us, because a woman has a certain look. Maybe we value her and associate some kind of integrity with that, not realizing, man, you marrying somebody that doesn't have you getting tested for every child you done had with her.
You're right.
You don't know that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so that means society has taken the real true value of integrity from who we are attracted to and put a vanity on it and a whole lot of dollar signs on it and the other trends and superficial things that really and truly that shouldn't even play a part in finding somebody that's worthy.
Wow. Y'all sorry it kicked me out there for a second, but made my way back in. But listen, we're about to get out of here anyway, man. This has been a great broadcast, man. And the thing about it, should you discuss with your spouse any changes? I say yes. I say you should discuss it. Discuss it. You're not doing it for permission. You're not doing it for their approval, but you're having a discussion with them so y'all can come together and bring your minds together, I think, and govern yourselves accordingly. Again, you're not doing it for permission. It's not like you haven't asked for permission to do what you want to do to your body or to yourself. But I think out of respect, love, and respect, you should discuss it with your spouse. Rico, in closing, what do you say to that?
Yeah, that's a mandatory thing. That's
whether it's about surgeries or cosmetic enhancements, or maybe it's just going into your bank account. If you have a significant other that you care about, you have to have communication. We as a society and as our community, we can't keep complaining about the lack of unity and the dysfunction in our households when we still have to understand that we need to communicate with each other, even if it's just to let the other person be aware of what you are planning to do. Baby, I'm going to get some Botox in my lips, and I think it look good. Now, your opinion might not matter. You might think that all these women getting this Botox is a little funny looking, but I'm going to let you be aware of this, so when you come home, you won't have to stare. Hit my lips being bloated up. But it's important.
Because I'm not going to pretend like I don't see it.
Exactly. Go ahead, Leonard. In your closing, what's your closing on that, brother?
I think my closing on it is to make sure you're doing things and you enjoy them. Things that you choose should not cause you pain and suffering. They just shouldn't. And be careful. Don't use your beauty as a vice.
Come on. Good deal.
We have to learn how to avoid a lot of things, and a lot of people are getting in trouble and because of what they're attracted to. And what they're attracted to is causing them a lot of problems. So I hope that people understand that more than all. If it shouldn't cause you a problem.
Absolutely. Rico, what's going on at 3 o'clock today?
Today at 3 o'clock, I'm going to see if I can say this right. If you missed today's live broadcast, you can catch it at 3 o'clock on www.dkmmediagroup.com and in its entirety. Did I get it right?
You got it. Yes, sir.
All right.
Hey, Leonard, prayers out, brother. He did it.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you once again for allowing us to come together to discuss those things that are of importance to us. Please, God, lead us and protect us. Please let us know the difference between what we should be doing and what is definitely sin. Give everybody compassionate hearts to appeal to those around them, to be aware of what's going on, so that we are not taken advantage of. These are the blessings I ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. It is now 10:04. You're about to exit the Morning Glow. But before you go, I want you to do me two favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us, because we're certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number two, why this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody, and give them a hug, because you never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. And we shine some of this out of you for the Morning Glow. Take it out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in, and let your light so shine. You all have a great day. And if you get an opportunity to take a chance and love someone, you might just find some love in return. Y'all have a great day. Take care of each other. Love you.